Lexus IS 300 E-Shift, Sport Cross, or 5-Speed. Now all with lease payments starting at just $399 per month for 39 months with $2,240 due at signing. Hurry to your Lexus dealer today, just down the road.
So then I say to Warren, it's not a matter of requisitioning plastic fasteners, clearly. It's a matter of following protocol. And what's more, these forms need to be filled out in triplicate, so don't look at me like it's my problem, mister. I think I made my point. I mean, what?
When America has somewhere to go, they get there in a Chevy. Today, Chevy's gonna keep you moving with $2,502 cash back or 0% APR financing on Chevy Cavalier. That's $2,502 cash back or 0% APR financing. See dealer for residency and other restrictions. Look for performance. Look for the bow tie at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer.
Spin, spin, spin the globe. It's your turn to spin the globe. Spin it, spin it, spin it.
All around the world, Siemens is helping people work together, even when they're not together. From next-generation internet to mobile business solutions, we're giving people the freedom to communicate better.
Spin, spin, spin the globe. It's your turn to spin the globe.
Toyota's nationwide spring event is here, and that's a good thing. With incredible values on our great lineup of 18 models, like our stylish new cars. Check out the sporty Solara Coupe. Right now, get this fun yet practical roadster at just 1.9% financing. Or take the family-friendly, safe and roomy Sienna at the same 1.9% rate. Get great financing on great cars. Get to Toyota's nationwide spring event.
Don't miss Baby Bob Monday on CBS. Sweet. It's all here, baby.
Once again, everyone, I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome back to our March Madness headquarters here in New York and to CBS Sports' continuing coverage of the road to the Final Four. Tonight, the Sweet 16 teams compete to earn a spot in the Elite Eight. And we begin in Lexington, Kentucky, where Indiana takes on Duke. The Blue Devils' consensus All-American guard, Jason Williams, averaging 19 points a game in the tournament so far. And for our second tip of the evening, we'll take some of you to San Jose, California for the West Regional semifinal between Arizona and Oklahoma. First team All-Big 12 guard Hollis Price looks to lead the Oklahoma Sooners to their first Elite Eight appearance since 1988. And then tipping at about 9:55, the second game in Lexington has the Kent State Golden Flashes taking on the Pittsburgh Panthers in the South. And at around 10:15 in San Jose, Missouri meets UCLA. I am joined, as always, by my partner, the vicar of vocabulary, Clark Kellogg. Let's first look at this game, Indiana and Duke. The big question on everyone's mind, can Indiana contend with Duke?
I think they've got a chance, and I'll tell you why. Their front line with Jeffries, Odo, and Newton can play inside with Duke. The key will be their perimeter play. Can the guards handle what I think will be intense defensive pressure from Chris Duhon, Jason Williams, and that Duke backcourt? If they can, they've got a chance to shock the world.
We'll find out soon enough. The road to the Final Four will continue after this word from your local station.
From the directors of Top Gun and Black Hawk Down comes American Fighter Pilot, launching March 29th.
This portion of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Ford.
Ford Explorer, a Best Pick award from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, leaving the competition in the dust. With a third-row seat that offers the most head and leg room in its class. And over 100 new innovations, including independent rear suspension, not found on Chevy, Dodge, and Toyota. So if you want to see the competition, check the rear view mirror. Get $1,500 cash back, and current Ford owners get an extra $1,000 cash on the 2002 Explorer. Only at your local Ford store, home of 5 of the 10 best sellers.
It's one remarkable event, Nissan's Tournament Time Sales Event. Be a part of the action with low 0.9 APR financing on the 255 horsepower Maxima, the 240 horsepower Pathfinder, the uncompact Sentra, and every Frontier. Or get 3.9 APR financing on the tough new Nissan Xterra. Hurry to your Nissan dealer before the clock runs out. The time to make your play is now. Nissan's Tournament Time absolutely ends April 1st. Nissan, driven
to elite. Those of you expecting to see the start of Arizona against Oklahoma will get you your tip at 7:55 Eastern Time. But coming up, it's Indiana and Duke, and we'll send you to Lexington right after this. Enjoy the games, everyone, here on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Chevy Trucks, the Intel Pentium 4 processor, Applebee's, and by the Principal Financial Group.
Chevy Tahoe is the only large SUV with the security of AutoTrack 4-wheel drive, so you can impress people. Or avoid them altogether. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Lexington, Kentucky, and Rupp Arena, the same for the South region on the road to the Final Four. And here are two games tonight. The opener, Indiana and Duke, the #1 team in the nation, against the Big Ten champion Hoosiers. And the winner will meet Pittsburgh or Kent State. That game to follow on Saturday in the Elite Eight. Dick Enberg with Matt Gukas. Oh my, the storied programs here. We have 8 national championships represented, 5 by Indiana, 3 by Duke. #1 team in the nation, the Duke Blue Devils. They're the defending champions. They have 3 All-Americans.
And Dick, that big 3 expected to carry a heavy load. Mike Dunleavy, a guard-minded game in its all-forwards body. Carlos Boozer Boozer, he's got to stay out of foul trouble, and Jason Williams, he's running out of space for all of his Player of the Year awards. But Indiana has some star quality as well. 6'10" sophomore Jared Jeffries, he can step away to 20 feet, but does major damage on the inside, and if you collapse on him, he's got a trio of snipers waiting on the outside.
Starting lineup, Jeffries as a sophomore and All-America, Hornsby, Odell, Coverdale, and Fife. Dunleavy presents matchup problems. 6'9", he can play outside or inside. Jones, Boozer, Jason Williams. The college player of the year is a junior, and Chris Duhon, a tough defender. The officials tonight, Hall, Benedict, and Green. They're ready with the whistles, and this 22,000 capacity crowd is ready to roar. They've been cheering since they awakened this morning, and most of them are here to cheer against the favorite, the Duke Blue Devils. And Duke has it first. Jason Williams and Coverdale will be the matchup there. That's a tough test for Coverdale with a bad ankle. And the interception by Jeffries on the cross-court pass, and here come the Hoosiers in the red.
Dick Duke had 19 turnovers against Notre Dame the other day, and also gave up 19 offensive rebounds. They had to be the 2 points of emphasis for Mike Krzyzewski practicing this week.
First foul, Dante Jones of Mike Krzyzewski's Duke Blue Devils, knocking down Fife as he tried to fight through the screen. No, they're going to call it on Carlos Boozer. That's worse yet for Krzyzewski, just into the game. The one man they can ill afford to lose, their big man inside Boozer. This is Fife, Coverdale, Williams on him, hawking. Jared Odell gets Dunleavy.
And Carlos Boozer with Jared Jeffries. You got to look for Indiana to go inside to Jeffries.
There it is, the pass. And it's Jeffries against Boozer, back outside to Hornsby. Odell off defense. And a good pass to Hornsby, can't hit the layup. Here comes Dunleavy the other way. He's going to fire from three. And the rebound to Hornsby of Indiana, stolen away. And Duhon gets two on the steal.
Well, there's no way that Indiana can afford those kinds of errors. Their margin for error will be very slim against Duke, who is so explosive. And you got to look for some smothering defense here by Duke. They're going to make it very tough to enter the ball into Jared Jeffries, or at least try to.
And a foul away from the ball, and this one against Indiana is Coverdale with an illegal pick.
Take a look at the end line here as Hornsby loses the ball, but the back right leg of Chris Duhon clearly out of bounds.
And no basket. They have corrected it. No basket.
I was going to say, generally, officials right on those baselines, they usually get that call right.
So much noise here. The scoreboard had registered the two. No score. And in the half into this regional Sweet 16 battle in the South as Dante Jones takes it inside. Here's Jason Williams. Good fake on Coverdale. And can't hit the jumper. Out of bounds last touch by Jared Jeffries of Indiana.
Indiana's perimeter players very good at containing players on the dribble plus challenging shot. They're going to have to be very good against guys like Duhon, Dante Jones, and in particular, Jason Williams.
Oh, inbounds pass to Dunleavy for the easy two and the foul. And between Odell and Fife, they lost Dunleavy. Jeffries ticketed with a foul.
One of the first things that goes up on the scouting reports got to be Duke on underneath out-of-bounds plays, especially Mike Dunleavy, whether it's against man-to-man or zone. Very clever at finding the open areas, and he gets a lot of easy baskets that way.
Dunleavy making the first team All-America on the coach's ballot. This is the three-point opportunity. 2-0 Duke. Jeffries comes outside. Almost a steal by Dunleavy. No foul. Odell almost handcuffed Fife, and there's the steal. Two already for Duke. They average 10 a game. Williams working for the 10-footer, not there. Tipped around, and Duke battles, and Dunleavy at 6'9" gives the Blue Devils another chance.
Well, Indiana's going to have to take better care of the basketball. It's going to be difficult because Duke puts so much pressure on the ball handler and the passer. They don't let you get a good look. They make you turn your back to the intended guy that you want to get the ball to.
2-0 Blue Devils. Dunleavy draws a crowd. Dante Jones open for three. Both teams pulled off the start. 2-0. Indiana yet to score with 2:40 gone in this opening half. Odell underneath. Working against Dunleavy, and the Indiana fans wanted a foul. Dunleavy at the other end. Fife, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year on him, but gives away 5 inches. Coverdale as Dunleavy goes down and no foul. They're letting them play. Open is Fife. Indiana still scoreless.
Well, I'm a little surprised Indiana taking such quick shots.
Boozer open inside, and Duke leads 4-0 with 3 minutes 15 seconds gone. For those of you expecting to see Arizona, Oklahoma, we'll get you out to the West Region in San Jose shortly. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:55. As Coverdale on the drive and a whistle against Duke. The foul, Duhan, his first. The Hoosiers, Mike Davis defeating Utah. Majerus's fine Utah club convincingly, and then UNC Wilmington sent them home after their brilliant first-round win, 76-67. In the corner, Hornsby can't hit. Oh my, a tough start for Indiana.
Very important for the Hoosiers to come out and be aggressive, show no fear to the #1 team in the country, but taking quick shots is just not smart basketball.
Dunleavy, the runner that rims out, and Odell collects it for Indiana. Red-headed Coverdale with a long pass to Fife, who fires from 3. There's the first score for the Hoosiers.
And Dick, it looks like Indiana saying the heck was slowing things down. The heck was controlling tempo. We're going to push it up, look for the first opportunity we can get, but really that is Duke's game because they can explode on you in an up-and-down game.
What a move by Williams to set up Dante Jones. It's 6-3 Duke as Jones has his first score.
And also Indiana on these slow trips up the floor, not taking advantage of the opportunity to go inside to Jared Jeffries, who can score in there, can draw fouls.
Jeffries gets away from Dunleavy's double team. Odell, no foul. The block was by Chris Sanders just into the game.
And Jeffries can also do that. Find the open man on the baseline, draw double teams, and kick out for open shots.
Hornsby called for the foul, and that does not please Mike Davis a bit. Casey Sanders just into the game with a block at the other end, and Duke has an early 6-3 lead. Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky.
Leave them in the dust with the Intel Pentium 4 processor.
Sometimes you feel like being dependable. Sometimes you just want to go for a drive.
Okay, we'll give you guys 10 seconds. You know, it'd be a lot more fun if they had a better car.
Chevy Impala.
So, you hanging up the whistle, eh, Coach?
Yeah, kind of hard to believe.
So can a girl buy you dinner?
Coach, sorry, could you help me with something?
Sure.
This goes up there.
At Applebee's, we do our best to be part of the neighborhood.
Oh, yes! Yes!
Want happy employees? Help secure their financial futures. At the Principal Financial Group, that's what we do. The Principal is the 401k leader, financial solutions for you and growing businesses. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
Got a little too much hoops on your mind? Make a fast break to your nearby Mitsubishi Big Screen dealer. Get yourself a brand new Mitsubishi Big Screen HD TV. Mitsubishi.
back in Rupp Arena. We have 4 great games for you tonight on CBS, and coming up, Arizona, Oklahoma will be switching out to that West region in San Jose for many of you at 7:55 Eastern for the tip. As Tom Coverdale, 2 early fouls with 4.5 minutes gone. Coverdale has to take a seat, and immediately Jason Williams drills a 3. That is his 104th career 3-point field goal attempt, the most in tournament history. 9-3 lead for #1 Duke. And Mike Davis has to go to his freshman point guard, Donald Perry. Another Hoosier hits the floor. Lots of contact. Inside to Newton. He traveled as Carlos Boozer had him covered. The Duke Blue Devils, defending champions, #1 in the nation, #1 seed, with the monstrous win over 16th seed Winthrop, and had a scare. Notre Dame led by 7 with 6.5 to go, and the game was even with just barely over a minute left. Boozer dribbles off his toe out of bounds. Oh no, they're saying out of bounds to Duke.
Jeffrey Newton on the defense there. Actually, it looked like he was hooked as well, as Boozer's getting excellent position inside. And yeah, the hook there.
And it dribbled off his own foot.
Could have very easily been the second personal foul on Carlos Boozer. And I think Jeffrey Newton for Indiana is going to be the wild card in this game. He has really picked up his play. It gives Indiana some size in there, some shot blocking, and a guy that can score inside.
Saw Daniel Ewing, the freshman, the only freshman on this Duke squad, come in. He was a key factor in the victory over Notre Dame. Duhan scores again, and Duke out to an early 8-point lead.
Tough duty now for Donald Perry, the freshman from Tallulah, Louisiana, going against one of the best defenders in Chris Duhan. No problem there. Able to turn the corner on the entire Duke defense, and that's what you got to do when you're pressured. Attack and get as far as you can. In that case, attack the basket.
Duhan can't hit at the other end, and here comes Perry, averaging just 2.2 points a game. Good feed inside to Newton, and another easy 2. So Perry seems to ignite this Indiana attack.
Showing no jitters whatsoever. Donald Perry doing what Mike Davis wants. Force the tempo, push it up the floor. He must have seen some kind of flaw in Duke's transition defense, because they're attacking it.
No one covering Boozer for the putback rebound. He has 4 points, and it's a 13-7 Duke lead. 13 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this opening half. And a steal by Dunleavy. And it's taken back by Fife. Indiana with the numbers, and Dunleavy has another steal on the one sequence. 2 steals for Dunleavy. And Ewing fires for 3. Oh, this kid from Texas, Missouri City, Texas, where he was a teammate of T.J. Ford, who has gone to Texas to be the top assist man in the conference, comes in and hits a 3 again.
I had a 747 named after me, and it flew the route between San Francisco and Tokyo. United was rewarding frequent flyers by naming planes after them. I saw it one time when I flew back from Osaka to San Francisco. I did see my plane sitting at a gate. My mother was happy. I finally amounted to something. My name is Howard Feinberg, and I've flown 2,540,000 miles on United Airlines. It was really a hoot.
Keep an eye on Mike Dunleavy. He has been a whirlwind at the defensive end. He's got radar on the basketball, stealing it all over the floor. And Duke loves this. They love to go up and down, very comfortable. They'd rather do this than play half-court basketball for sure.
Well, Dunleavy, amongst his many qualities, people overlook his defense. He led Duke with 77 steals. Trouble hanging on to the ball, Indiana, and another steal for Dunleavy. 80 for the season. And 3 here in the first half. 7 minutes gone. Duke building its lead. Boozer battling inside against Jeffries. And that's his shot. And suddenly it's an 11-point lead. Lexington, Kentucky, Rupp Arena, 22,000. It's been the Duke fans who've had the chance to cheer. They've opened up an 18-7 lead against Indiana's Hoosiers. That's Perry, the freshman, inside to Newton. Another turnover. And here comes Jason Williams. Oh, that's too easy.
But Dick, this pace is just, it's suicide for Indiana. They're not comfortable in it. Of the 16 teams left in this tournament, they are the lowest scoring team at 70 points a game and second best in giving up points at just 62. They're much better in a slower tempo game. I can't understand why they're playing this pace.
11-0, the points off turnovers for Duke. Jeffries using the left hand, and Newton there for the foul on the slam. First points for Jeff Newton, averaging 8 a game, but he's been hot down the stretch for Indiana.
Well, the whole key for the Hoosiers is going inside to Jared Jeffries.
Ewing and Dunleavy has trouble, and there's the scramble for the ball, and the held ball with the arrow pointing to Indiana. And with that timeout, 11:47 remaining in this opening half. We'll take a break. Jason Williams and Duke leading 20-9.
Tonight on Robo Bash, we got 5-time world champion and Victor. And in this corner, Mini Fridge.
Todd, what is it?
It's a Bud Light.
Lock on.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no mercy!
In 1935, Foxwood Farms started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only one truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
You get, the more extreme it gets. The most extreme V-twins on the planet. VTX from Honda.
There's still no cure for AIDS, but there are medications that can substantially reduce the transmission from mother to child. To find out what Survivor is doing and how you can help, contact the web address on your screen.
Back at Rupp Arena with our game summary. No surprise there. 11-0. Points off turnovers for Duke. On the season, the Blue Devils averaged 25 points a game off turnovers. You got to watch the ball.
Well, yeah, Dick, a lot of those turnovers are self-imposed on the part of Indiana. Most of them are from that man, Mike Dunleavy. Some people have him for 3 steals. Some people have him for 5 steals. He has gotten his hand on a lot of basketballs that he shouldn't have this early in the game.
Duke outscoring Indiana the last 2 minutes, 15 seconds, 9-2. Inside to Newton. Perry doesn't shoot much from out there. Odell able to save it for Indiana, and then it's inside to A.J. Moy, who has just come into the game, a sophomore from Atlanta.
Well, A.J. is a scrapper. Pesky, feisty. He's going to find the loose balls. He'll get in there amongst the tall trees for offensive rebounds.
Sanders is fouled. Casey Sanders, the junior from Tampa, seeing some early duty for Coach Mike Krzyzewski.
Little A.J. Moy at 6'3", a sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, loves to go in there and battle with the big guys. He'll grab arms, wrist, hands, whatever, and generally he comes up with the loose ball.
Jeff Newton with his first foul for Indiana. Sanders hits the free throw. Foul situation, 14 fouls in Indiana, only 2 called against Duke. That's the first point for Sanders, averaging less than 2 a game. Former Florida Mr. Basketball as Jared Jeffries, the Indiana star, returns. And Odell is out. (21-11) as Sanders hits 1 out of 2. Terry, Jeffries, Fife, Newton, and Moye on the floor, and another turnover. Indiana. Check out the fastest tournament scoreboards on the internet. Get play-by-play of each game only at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
I'm talking with a lot of the Duke people yesterday. Yes, they were concerned about Jared Jeffries and what he could do inside, possibly getting to beat big people like Boozer in foul trouble, but actually more concerned with Tom Coverdale running the show and shooting threes along with Fife and Hornsby.
Dunleavy again. He's all around the ball on the defensive side. Williams, great pass. Entry to Boozer gives him that shot, and it's tough to stop. Newton can't, and it's 23-11. Duke by a dozen as we approach the midpoint of this first 10-20 minute period.
Indiana's got to punch inside to Jeffries, and he's got to take it with force just like that to try to at least draw some fouls inside. Every time I see him handling the basketball on the perimeter, not that he can handle it out there and not that he can't play plays or make shots, but so much more effective. This is actually pretty decent defense by Jeff Newton there, although backing up a little bit too much, going straight up in the air. He's got to do a little better job of forcing Boozer a step or two outside the edge of that lane to make Boozer start out further where he's not as effective.
Jeffries averaging 17 a game despite a injury-plagued season. Mid-season badly injured his ankle, fought through it, played, but was not as effective. And that foul was on Dunleavy, his first. Jeffries 1 out of 2. Down goes Dunleavy with Moye in the lane, and Jason Williams says, hang on there, partner. I'll slow it down till you get into the offense.
Everybody coming into a Duke game wants to be as physical as possible with Mike Dunleavy. At this point now, he's so used to it, I think he's thriving on it.
Jason Williams trying to rebound his missed shot, picks up the foul, his first. Coach Mike Krzyzewski, a Hall of Famer. See him last night on 60 Minutes, Charlie Rose. And a great comment. He says, why are you so tough on yourself, Coach? He said, because I don't have a coach. I have to coach myself. And I get mad at myself. You can identify with that.
But he has a wife, Mickey.
Perry with a layup and couldn't hit it. And then Moye trying to scrape in the rebound. Travels is the call. 5 field goals, 10 turnovers for Indiana. You don't beat Duke. You don't beat a lot of teams with that number.
No. And Tom Coverdale continues to stay on the bench. Now keep in mind Coverdale, who's had a bad ankle for the last week or two, getting treatment all the time on that. So, you know, Mike Davis would not be playing him that many minutes anyway, but he's so important to this team as far as running the show, getting the ball to the right people, and being a scoring and three-point threat.
With Coverdale on the bench, Indiana, this lineup, a lot of reserves, while Duke has all 5 starters on the court. Boozer working now at number 5. That's George Leach. And Dunleavy showing his great versatility. Goes outside and hits the 3. He has 5.
Well, now that Boozer has got off scoring 4 for 4 from the field, now the defense has to collapse and get on him. That'll open up the outside shooters.
Another turnover as Duhan with the steal. The 11th turnover for the Hoosiers. And that leaves Dante Jones, and he is challenged by Leach as Leach picks up the foul. It'll be number 5 on Indiana.
Mike Dunleavy hanging out on the weak side, perfect for that skip pass as Carlos Boozer feeling the defense coming down to him. Dunleavy zeroed in all the way. Everybody thought Mike Dunleavy had a subpar game against Notre Dame the other night. He actually finished with 12 points on only 8 shots taken. He did have 9 rebounds. Mike Krzyzewski telling us yesterday he was very happy with the game that Dunleavy had. He had to play a very physical game, and it took a lot out of him, but he was pleased with all the other little things that Dunleavy did to help Duke come through in that squeaker.
Yeah, he said that Boozer didn't have a good game. He was the one that had the bad game.
Yeah, and actually his numbers pretty good too. 13 points, 8 rebounds, but foul problems, and when Carlos Boozer gets in foul trouble, that hurts the whole Duke cause.
Dante Jones from Trenton, New Jersey, a schoolboy friend, and there it is, an extra chance. Indiana not boxing out, didn't get it. And the fire by Duhan from deep in 3-point range. And Duke showing the crowd here at Rupp Arena why they are indeed the #1 team in the nation. It's 29-12. And again, a steal by Duke.
What they're doing, Dick, is they're forcing Indiana with so much pressure out on the perimeter. They can't get in good position even to make a simple A to B pass to get the offense going. They're making those passes under pressure. What they got to do is crisply move the ball.
Tom Coverdale, he too favoring a bad ankle, comes in. Fife picked up the foul. Jared Odell is also going to report in for the Hoosiers. He'll play the starter as Leach returns to the bench.
Man-to-man defense against his underneath out-of-bounds play.
Jones loses it. A rare steal by Indiana. Coverdale. Hornsby fakes Dunleavy and uses the glass. First points for him.
At least that time Indiana got the ball below free throw line extended, and now you can at least be in attack mode, but they are pretty much back on their heels out on the perimeter. You see the outstanding shooting from Duke.
7 more shot attempts, and Dunleavy unable to hit the jumper, and Jared Jeffries reaching in, and Dante Jones almost with another steal. Hornsby to Odell. Back out to Hornsby. Jeffries comes outside against Jones. Got about 6 inches on the defender. But Dante Jones and Chris Duhon, you pointed it out, on the perimeter, they just make it miserable for the man with the ball. And then a whistle away from the ball, and Jones with a hold underneath. That'll be Duke's 5th team foul. Indiana with 6. We have a break at 7:46 left in the opening half.
Depend on cars that last. Chevy will be there.
Hey guys, grab a Diet Coke. Do what feels good.
Audition.
Flirt. Entice.
Indulge.
Smile.
Applaud.
You get a good feeling from great taste without the calories. Do something with it.
Win.
What could feel better than a chance at fame? Thanks to Diet Coke and Blockbuster, you could win a walk-on role in a big-time movie. Just look for a game piece inside specially marked multi-packs or multi-liters of Diet Coke to win.
Give autographs.
Diet Coke. Do what feels good.
Let me tell you how it will be. There's one for you, 1940.
It's estimated Americans overpaid $311 million in taxes. That was $610 for each taxpayer. That $610 could have been yours. Now H&R Block will double-check last year's tax return free. We can refile past returns. You could get more money back.
Nobody thought our relationship would survive. They thought we were both crazy. I would fly from LA to New York, and he would fly New York to LA, coast to coast, every week for 5 years. We never missed a weekend. You and I have made it easy for us to do that. They were the ones that kept our relationship going. My name is Christy Prunier. I'm a 1K flyer on United Airlines. You say airplane?
Airplane.
Tiger Woods pursues a 3rd green jacket and back-to-back wins at Augusta National. A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Greg Gumbel in New York, 7:46 to play in the first half in Lexington as Duke continues to lead Indiana. We'll keep you updated there, but meanwhile, just coming up on 13 minutes to play in the first half out west in San Jose, Arizona and Oklahoma. Let's join Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
After a quick start, Oklahoma has gone scoreless over the last 5 minutes, and with 13:06 to play, Sooners lead Arizona by 1.
Keep in mind that Oklahoma is an outstanding defensive team, and so they haven't scored in 5 minutes, but they've also clamped down on Arizona. One of the big keys to the game so far is the fact that in this game, Oklahoma has twice as many shots already than Arizona has, simply because Oklahoma's doing a great job going to the boards.
Oklahoma allowing teams to shoot only 40%
50% against them this season. Dietrich down the lane, loses it. McGee takes it right away from Anderson.
And again, you see the Oklahoma guys, they're willing to put it on the deck and drive to the basket. They get to the free throw line quite a bit.
Out wide along with Dietrich, Price. Selvey inside. Jason Dietrich, offensive foul called against the Sooners. And the game summary, Arizona shooting a really good percentage. Quick start for OU, but only 25% right now. They are 3 of 12.
But keep in mind, they lead in the game by 1 point. One of the big stats there, the rebounding. They have 8 rebounds already.
Gardner very quiet offensively. Anderson passes up the 12-foot baseline jump shot. Here's Anderson for 3. How about that? He was too close.
And that's going to be an important factor. Who's going to be the third scorer for each of these teams?
Young man redshirted last year. Too many superstars on the squad, but he has really played a vital role on Lou Olson's team this season. And that is the first lead of the game for the Wildcats. Ball knocked out of bounds. Anderson getting a hand on it. Oklahoma going into kind of one of those Oklahoma droughts. No field goals in the last 6 minutes.
Got to keep those to a minimum. But again, when you get in those situations, Oklahoma relies on their defense to keep them in the game until the offense gets going. There's that double team against McGee, and he's holding the ball too long.
And a timeout called by the Sooners. 12:01 to go in the first half of play. Arizona by a deuce.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up.
Free.
A free pickup? Wow, they ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Armor All Protectant Wipes. Armor All Shine and Protection in a wipe.
Arizona by 2, and the Wildcats have figured out that while Aaron McGee, number 13 for Oklahoma, is averaging 26 points a game in the tournament, he's only averaging 1 assist. So when he gets the ball, they've trapped him every time. He's got to do a better job getting out of the trap before they can get that trap set and passing the ball to the open man. Somebody's got to be open. If he's double teamed, he's got to find him.
So McGee may have to sacrifice a bit of his offense to find open teammates. Arizona taking its first lead, and for the Sooners, in 5 postseason games dating back to the Big 12 tournament, they've trailed for only 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So the Sooners front runners for most of their games. Here comes Stoudemire. He'll slow it up.
And he's got those nice red shoes on.
Jump shot short. And how about that? Gardner somehow sneaking in and tipping it home.
Speaking of short, that's a 5'10" guy out there with a bunch of 6'8" guys tipping it in.
The little big man from Indianapolis.
That's great activity in the zone. Great pressure on the ball.
Right, straight away. 3 threes in the first half of play, and he is the money player for the Sooners.
Marks the 14th time this season that he has made at least 3 three-point baskets in a game. That is very impressive.
Now Fry stepping out, pulls up from 8 feet away and buries it over McGee.
At this point in his career, Fry might actually be better facing the basket than when he's back to the basket. You got to get out and guard him.
Another one of those talented freshmen. Fry from Phoenix. Raw across the lane on the hop. Here's Price again, loading up. Rebounded and stuck back in by Selvey.
Selvey is so quick off his feet, and he's very active. A lot of energy there. And sometimes it's difficult to find guys like that to block them out when you're playing a zone.
Darian Selvey from West Memphis, Arkansas. Inside Fry, hacked by Selvey. And Channing Fry goes to the line to shoot 2.
Jason Gardner just did a great job taking the ball inside against the defense. This time Gardner takes it inside in a different way. Nobody blocks him out. You got to block everybody out. Now Gardner gets the defense to come to him. Actually, if Fry catches that ball cleanly, it's a dunk. But he wasn't able to catch it cleanly, and McGee came over and committed the foul.
So Fry.
Greg Gumbel in New York, a 1-point game in San Jose. We'll keep track of all that happens there. It's now a 2-point Wildcat lead, but let's get you back to Lexington, where Duke is leading Indiana 36-23. We rejoin Dick Enberg and Matt Dukas.
And
And it did appear that Indiana just flew in there with a foul, but no whistle. And then the foul is called on Duhan of Duke, his second. And suddenly 2 fouls each on 3 of the Duke starters here in the opening half. Jason Williams, Duhan, and Jones.
Well, you expect both of these teams to be extremely aggressive. Everything loose on the floor. They're going to be bodies flying.
Here at Lexington's Rupp Arena, it's 36-23, #1 in the nation. Duke Blue Devils in command. As you look at the game summary, each team over 50%, but Duke getting so many more opportunities off turnovers, 13-7. And then this is the front end of the 1-and-1, Jared Odell of Indiana. Here come the Devils leading by 13 with 4.5 to go.
A lot of the Duke half-court offense generally winds up in ball screens. A lot of pick-and-roll offense, which is very difficult for college players to defend.
Dante Jones with a big move. Odell rebounds for Indiana. Perry, the freshman, playing at the point. Coverdale inside. Odell. Perry. Good pass to Newton. Newton throws it away. Coverdale, can he save it? No. Ewing the other way. Misses the layup. Did he throw it off the leg of a Duke player? Fife thought so. So did Mike Davis, the Indiana coach. The first call was out of bounds to Duke. And that's time. And take a break at the 3:49 mark.
After the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
Thanks for the lift.
You jumped out?
I jumped out of the moving truck.
You're kidding.
At that point, it was like my decision was made. I'm out of here.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Spin, spin, spin the globe. It's your turn to spin the globe. All around the world, Siemens is energizing the cities and towns we live in. We engineer new ways to efficiently generate, distribute, and use power. And by providing energy to people everywhere, we're giving them the power to live better. Spin, spin, spin the globe. It's your turn to spin the globe.
Jimmy Morris was a small-town science teacher who made a simple bet.
We start winning, you try out for the major leagues.
All right. On March 29th.
You bringing some kids? I'm here for me. For you. Well, all right, then. Don't hurt yourself.
His extraordinary journey begins.
Oh, my God!
Dennis Quaid.
You the old guy?
I'm the old guy.
The Rookie.
What was it like watching the Ben play?
Oh! Rated G. Starts Friday, March 29th.
Tonight on The Late Show, Dave welcomes actor Josh Hartnett. Plus, the top 10 ways Oprah can improve her show.
Instead of book club, read letters to Penthouse.
Tonight.
Well, take a look at a number of factors here. As watch the hand up here by Dane Fife, the hip there, and there was action down on the baseline there. Actually, this should be Indiana's ball.
And it goes to Duke. Ewing, Dunleavy, inside. Boozer. Dante Jones and Jason Williams is back in playing with 2 fouls. 3.5 to go. First half, 13-point lead Duke. Makes that almost 16 as Dunleavy has it rattle out. Coverdale brings it down for the Hoosiers. Spins around Ewing. Hands it off to Odell. Good play by Coverdale to set it up.
One of the rare times any Indiana backcourt man has been able to penetrate. The perimeter defense at Duke has been so stodgy, not letting anybody get by them.
Tough break for Indiana as that shot by Williams so short it handcuffed Odell.
Coverdale able to get by the freshman Daniel Ewing as he bit on a little bit of a ball show, not necessarily a fake, and that's the last thing Duke wants, to have their defense penetrated. And that's when big guys like Boozer, Dunleavy can get in foul trouble.
Odell out, Jeff Newton in for Indiana. Duke just under 50%, Indiana just over 50% shooting, but Mike Davis's team, because of their failure to protect the ball, have given Duke way too many points off turnovers.
And they actually have to be very happy to be only down 11 at this juncture, a little more than 3 minutes to go in the first half, with all the faulty ball handling that they've had.
Boozer working on Jeffries. Boy, he uses his body well, doesn't he?
Again, he's just so much stronger than any of the front court players for Indiana. The Indiana guys are long and tall, but not very bulky inside.
Boozer, a perfect first half, 6 for 6, leads all scorers with a dozen. Coverdale to Newton. So 2 nice assists from Tom Coverdale to set up easy baskets. It's an 11-point lead for Duke.
And Daniel Ewing, the freshman, getting the evil eye from Mike Krzyzewski and the Duke coaching staff. Twice he's gotten beat on penetration.
Perry with a steal, and then he overpasses, and Coverdale able to save for Indiana. Jeffries fires from 3. Jones the rebound. That would have been big for the Hoosiers to get them back into a single-digit deficit.
Dick, it would, but unnecessary. There's just too much to be had if they take their time, use some clock. There's plenty of time to punch it inside. Now they're able to penetrate into the defense as well. No need to launch wild threes.
Ewing, nice move, can't score. Foul on Duke. Is it Jones or Ewing that reached in? Ewing, his first.
Carlos Boozer having his way ever since the beginning of the game. Actually, he's forced to catch a little bit further out this time. Jeffries trying to use his body, but not nearly strong enough to nudge Boozer out. He's just in a very comfortable area now, making all 6 of his shots basically in the same spot on the floor.
You see 12 points, 1 more for Boozer would give him 1,500 in his collegiate career. He'd be the 23rd in Duke history to hit that mark. And another missed free throw. Newton. Jeffries trying to save, out of bounds off Indiana. And this time again a scramble, and they rule off a leg of the Hoosiers.
Everybody going for the loose ball here, and you can see the kick by Jared Jeffries.
Duhan with a drive, and then to Boozer. Oh, what a pass. Dunleavy, no basket, but he was hammered from behind. Appeared to be Perry that got him. It was his first. Coming up singular at the half, Greg and Clark in New York will get you updated on all the tournament news. They'll switch out live to take a look at that Arizona-Oklahoma game. All coming up on singular at the half.
A couple of growth spurts for Mike Dunleavy ever since he went down to Durham and put on a good amount of muscle and some poundage coming into this season, and it has helped him. Unfortunately for Mike, he has become a big forward. I don't know if he necessarily wants to do that. There's Dad Mike.
He was a tenacious defender himself in his collegiate days at South Carolina.
A lot of years for Mike Dunleavy as a coach. I wonder which is more nerve-wracking for him, coaching your team and not sleeping, or watching your son or daughter play some kind of an athletic event.
I think it's tougher to be a parent.
I agree. I don't think there's any question.
40-27 as we approach the 1-minute mark, first half. Jeffries inside on Boozer. The jump hook, not there. Dunleavy is. Loose ball picked up by Duhan. And Duke, Mike Krzyzewski calls a timeout. 1:15 left in the first half. It's been all Blue Devils.
Rainbow Randolph is the king.
Rainbow Randolph was the most celebrated personality in children's TV until a rhino named Smoochie
Hello, New Jersey!
took it all away.
I loathe you!
Now, he wants his show back, and he'll do anything to get it.
What's up?
From the twisted mind of director Danny DeVito comes a movie that Jeffrey Lyons calls the nuttiest, looniest comedy since Get Shorty. Death to Smoochie. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 29th.
Back at the South Regional, Lexington, Kentucky. A reminder coming up after your local news tonight. Stay tuned for the Emmy Award-winning Late Show. Tonight, Dave welcomes actor Josh Hartnett, plus the top 10 ways Oprah Winfrey can improve her show. Tonight on that rascal day. 75 seconds left in this first half. Mike Dunleavy, Carlos Boozer inside have led this Duke team to an impressive 13-point lead as we approach halftime. And there's Boozer missing his first shot, one of his easiest. Jeffries goes down, no whistle. Duke gets the ball. And an easy two from Duhan. Well, that's a tough break for Indiana. They gave him another two.
Well, hard to figure out what Jared Jeffries was thinking there or doing on the play. It appeared that he had the rebound. Yes, he was on the floor, but just cover up. Can take the 30-second timeout to save the possession. You know, Indiana can just not afford all of these errors, mental and physical.
Hornsby inside to Newton, and that's going to be a foul on whom?
Boozer.
Ooh. Newton took it in strong against Boozer, and for Carlos Boozer, it's his second foul.
And Jared Jeffries did get bumped from behind, and I see there, I thought he had possession of the ball. He actually, on that bump, lost it, and it looked like he was trying to shovel it, hopefully to a teammate, but shoveled it right to a Duke player. And then Jeffrey Newton, in a minor collision there with Carlos Boozer, appeared to get the wind knocked out of him.
A tougher call for the officials when it's a body foul than when you're reaching in, and some of these bumps and collisions involving that.
Well, let's see. Yeah, Boozer, yeah, he stepped up and in and actually even turned the right hip right into the midsection of Jeffrey Newton to give you an understanding of why he got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, Indiana, Matt, is experiencing what so many ACC teams and opponents of Duke have felt throughout the last few years with Coach K at the helm. It's tough to stop their attack. 42 points is the most given up by an Indiana team this year in the first half.
Yeah, they normally play it much closer to the best. Their final scores are somewhere where they're scoring 70 to 75, and they generally hold their opponents into the 60s. That's why I was so surprised at the way they came out and played. So Newton had to go to the bench, and that gives Mike Davis the right to have A.J. Moye step to the free throw line. He's an 80% free throw shooter.
42-29, Moye with 4 points, and Duke can go for the final shot. They're almost identical, just a half a second difference in game and shot clock.
Normally you could expect Jason Williams to eventually get his hands on the ball in this situation, top of the key or on the wing, and let him create. Or maybe just a high pick and roll with Dunleavy and Duhan, or pick and fade.
Down to 6. Ewing with 5. Coverdale on him with 3 inside to Dunleavy. Back outside. Just beats the buzzer, Duhan. And that is the end of the first half. An impressive display by the #1 team in the nation. The defending national champions score 42, most that Indiana's defense-minded team has allowed all season in the first half. Boozer with 12, Dunleavy with 9, Duhan with 7. Jeffries led the Hoosiers in the first half with 8 points. A 13-point lead as we go to Armin Katayan.
Thank you, Dick. I'm with Associate Head Coach Johnny Dawkins of Duke. Johnny, everything at Duke begins with pressure on the ball. 21 points off turnovers so far.
Yeah, we did a good job of getting in the passing lanes and contesting them, and then pushed their offense a little further out than they probably like to run it. So we feel we've done a good job, but we have to do the same thing for the next 20 minutes in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Johnny Dawkins, the all-time scorer in Duke history, assistant to Mike Krzyzewski at the half. 42-29 Blue Devils. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Introducing the Isuzu Axiom. It says sexy city styling. It has a V6 with 230 horses. Giddy up. Leather trim seats, smooth and supple. Plenty of cargo space, too. And America's longest and sexiest warranty. The Isuzu Axiom. You want one, don't you?
Now get 0% financing for up to 5 years or $3,000 cash back.
Follow the NCAA tournament with live scores, stats, and analysis in the Game Center only at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
Spirits are reaching out to one man, Ted Danson, living with the dead. CBS April 28th.
It's March. Time to get out and drive with the March matchup at your Chrysler dealer. Get a Sebring sedan, coupe, or convertible, or an award-winning PT Cruiser, and we'll match your down payment up to $1,000. That's up to $2,000 down. Plus, get our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge with low APR financing or big cash allowances. What a matchup! Great products, great protection, great value at the March matchup. But hurry, it all ends soon.
No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings. In a white room with black curtains. Can I just have one more than let it be? Let it be, let it be.
97.1 FM, The Drive, timeless.
I quit my job today.
I met this really cool guy on the internet. He's 30.
Life throws all kinds of curves. Fortunately, with its advanced safety systems, the smooth riding RX 300 is designed to better handle the ones on the road.
Hey Mom, you know that tattoo we talked about?
How you manage the rest is up to you. All for just $34,530. Test drive one at your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
EA Sports presents Singular at the Half. Sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
And welcome back to our New York studios and to Singular at the Half. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg. The score after 20 minutes of play. Duke leading Indiana 42-29. Those lazy guys on Survivor could not play defense for Duke. These guys have been active.
They have been active with their hands and their feet. 18 points off 16 Indiana turnovers. Indiana on the season averages 13 turnovers for a game. Duke's pressure defense has really bothered them. Indiana fortunate, Greg, to only be down 13.
All right, Clark, meanwhile in San Jose in the West Region semifinals. 29-23, the Arizona Wildcats in the lead coming up on 4.5 to play. Let's go there live and join Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
Arizona on a 12-2 run. They lead at 29-23 with 4:22 to play in the first half.
That was an outstanding entry pass by Walton. Anderson at 6'9", posting up against Dietrich 6'5", and Walton found him in there. The difference in this run right at the moment, see, Oklahoma continues to shoot the ball poorly, but the three-point shot has dried up for the Sooners. Arizona continues to shoot it very well. The rebounding margin, which was big for Oklahoma early, is now evened out.
And Rick Anderson missing the first, the bracket here in the West. The winner to take on the winner of the UCLA-Missouri game coming up after this one for a shot at the Final Four. So Rick Anderson gets the second. His father was coached by Lute Olson when Coach Olson was the head coach at Long Beach City College. 30-23, largest lead of the first half for the Cats.
Man-to-man defense for Arizona. They've done a nice job switching between the man-to-man and the zone, and another scoring drought for Oklahoma.
In the corner, wide open shot, and Selvey knocks down the three. Great job by Johnston to free up Selvey on the baseline.
And I think Oklahoma's going to have to hit some of those. Arizona doing a nice job keeping the ball away from the guys close to the basket.
Oklahoma not a good three-point shooting team, only 29% overall this season as Walton has it knocked out of bounds. 30-26 Zona.
Can you say hi?
Please hold for
Never pay for long distance, never pay for roaming with Singular Wireless. And now for March Madness, get 3,500 night and weekend bonus minutes plus a great deal on a Nokia phone. Welcome to nationwide self-expression.
I'm Scarface from the A's, dog, king of the block. We are one on my t-shirt and shoe a Reebok. And the streets rock what we rock. The battle is won. Cross beaming with the franchise. You know I was done. It's like this, it's like that, it's like this, set up. It's like this, it's like that, it's like this, set up. It's like that, it's like this, it's like that, set up. It's like this, it's like that, it's like that, set up. Def Jam sound, baby.
Days go by and still I think of you. Days when I couldn't live my life without you. Without you.
Do you want to go to the 2002 NCAA Men's Final Four? Then log on to Singular.com and enter Singular's most expressive fan promotion. If you're anything like these fans, you definitely have a chance to win.
It's showtime.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Showtime is this year's best new comedy Odd Couple.
You got any tips from me? Stay out of my way and I won't shoot you.
De Niro and Murphy are hilarious.
What are you going to do, wrap me up in caution tape?
Showtime, rated PG-13. Now play.
3 men will enter a Top Gun training program, witness their incredible stories, and see who will fail and who is bound for glory. The new series American Fighter Pilot launches CBS March 29th.
Let's flash back. March 12, 1999. OU Arizona met in the first round in Milwaukee. And Ryan Humphrey tipped in a shot with 10 seconds left. Jason Terry, Richard Jefferson both had opportunities but missed their final shots. And Oklahoma defeated Arizona 61-60. And Kelvin Sampson got his first win in the NCAA tournament. 3:34 to go here in the first half of play. 30-26, Arizona.
Arizona coming out now, or excuse me, Oklahoma coming out trying to trap, change a little bit of the tempo of the game, which is really right at the moment in favor of Arizona.
Gardner. Walton, nice look. Stoudemire wide open. Luke Walton continuing to find the open man, and that is assist number 4. For Walton in the first half of play.
Almost got caught a little betwixt and between on that one. Boy, great job by Fox to jump out against Price on the three-point basket.
Arizona really moving on defense. Inside, Jabari Brown, the kick to Price. Pulls up from 16, it's pure.
Price really one of the best in the country at taking the ball and that one dribble or two dribbles, jump stop, pull up, jumper. Very nice looking play.
33-28. Price has 19 of the Sooners' 28 points. Inside all alone, Isaiah Fox, and that ball starting to really move around nicely for Zona.
And notice how every time it goes right through Walton, Walton either makes the pass that is the assist or he makes the pass that leads to the assist. Nice step in there by Walton on defense.
Walton with the rebound. Walton all over the floor here in the first half of play. 6'8", he can start the offense as well. In the corner, that one blocked. Gardner has it rejected. And out of bounds, last touch by the Sooners, Selvey. So here comes McGee back into the game.
The operative words for Gardner right there should have been pump fake. Selvey started underneath the basket, was just flying at him. If he'd given Selvey a pump fake, Selvey would have ended up in the 4th row.
So it's Walton along with Bynum, who has 7 points. Stoudemire, Fox, and Gardner.
Playing in the 2-3 zone, trying to be aggressive.
Walton off the dribble. Beautifully done.
And you play him for the pass, and he's going to shoot the ball.
Kid's got a smooth game. 37-28. Arizona. Now Brown down the lane. McGee has been quiet. He finally gets his first basket of the ball game.
So they're under a minute and a half to play. The Wildcats lead the Sooners by 7. And still to come here on CBS this evening. Kent State, the number 10 seed in the South, plays third-seeded Pittsburgh. Out west, Missouri, UCLA. The winner of that game will play the winner of the game between Arizona and Oklahoma. This latest news out of the University of Arkansas. University President B. Allen Sugg has upheld the dismissal of head basketball coach Nolan Richardson. The president agreed with the decision of University Chancellor John White, who terminated Richardson's contract after the coach said he wanted to be bought out. Richardson has said he wanted to stay on as the Razorbacks coach and asked President Sugg to review that decision. The president says he found no evidence of discriminatory conduct or motive in the dismissal. That'll do it for Singular at the half. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll send you back to Lexington for the second half of Indiana and Duke right after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. Every place that I go, it's easier with you. I am free to express myself around the world on Main Street. I am free to live my dream.
Josh Hartnett plus Stephanie meets Tom Cruise tonight on Dave.
Toyota's nationwide spring event has good things waiting, like incredible values. And with 18 models to choose from, you'll find your dream Toyota. Check out the sensational all-new Matrix, a brand new breed of transportation, and the totally transformed Corolla. Now serious value meets serious fun. Hurry to Toyota's nationwide spring event. See your Toyota dealer now.
More bandwidth, more bandwidth, more bandwidth.
Gigabytes. We can barely send megabytes.
I need that in real time. Can I get that in real time?
Freddy's fresh out of bandwidth.
I can't get on the internet. Where's Bob?
Someone's vacation photos just crashed our server.
He sprinkles in the fairy dust, and it makes more bandwidth.
Bandwidth solutions that grow along with your business. SBC Ameritech Data. We're on it.
It's March. Time to get reacquainted with the great outdoors at your Jeep dealer's March matchup. Now, when you put $1,000 down on an award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee, we'll match it. That's $2,000 down. Plus, get our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge. With low APR or big cash allowances on select Grand Cherokees, we're making sure you get out there. Great products, great protection, great value. Now at the March matchup. Hurry, it all ends soon.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Mazda MPV, Burger King, American Express, and by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
To the Final Four, halftime of this Sweet 16 encounter, and number 1 Duke leads Indiana 42-29. Now let's take a look at our Microsoft Agile moves of the game.
Well, Indiana did their Keystone Cops routine inhaling the basketball, and Duke was agile, mobile, and really quick to the loose ones. Duke with 11 steals, 3 apiece for Mike Dunleavy and Chris Duhon, as they seem to be picking them all up. 16 turnovers for Indiana, leading to 23 points for Duke. Dick, that will put you in a hole every single time.
Well, I wonder what the Indiana coach has to say about that. Let's go over to Armin Katayan. He undoubtedly has the question for the head man at Indiana.
Coach, you told us yesterday you really wanted to pound the ball inside, but it was run and gun for much of the first half, which has left you with your biggest deficit of the season so far.
Well, what happened was we got caught up in the emotion of the game. We got down 20-7, but once we started going inside, it's been 22-22. It's been an even game. We had 16 turnovers, and I kind of expect our guys to be a little excited about playing Duke. But what we have to do is just calm down and go each possession and make them play defense.
All right, Coach, thank you.
And what has to concern Indiana is the fact that they really shut down the 2 top scorers for Duke, and yet trailed by 13, and it's turnovers 16-18, and the points off those turnovers 23-6. Williams and Dunleavy 2 for 8 each. That's 4 for 16, 25%. But the rest of the team shot 67%, 12 of 18.
I don't know if I buy Mike Davis' explanation or not. I don't think I really do, because he's got veterans out on the perimeter. Tom Coverdale, a junior, but a good floor leader. Dane Fife and Kyle Hornsby are seniors. They've been around. They know what it is. You know, they know who they're playing. That doesn't mean get back on your heels and be afraid of Duke, but you've got to be judicious with your possessions.
Coverdale, who sat out early with 2 fouls, that may have had something to do with. Odell is set up by Fife. An easy 2 to start the Indiana half, and they cut into the lead. It's now 11.
One of the real interesting matchups to start this game we really didn't talk about in the first half was Dane Fife at about 6'5", guarding Mike Dunleavy. Now he is the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, co-Defensive Player of the Year. But he's giving away 5 inches to Dunleavy.
Jason Williams from 3-point range has 8 now. And whenever teams throughout the season the last 3 years have seemed to draw, get a little momentum, that's when Williams seems to be tough at shooting the ball.
A lot of people think he takes too many 3-point shots. He makes a decent percentage, but Mike Krzyzewski, he'll accept those shots. He wants his guy to be fearless and confident and take shots that they think they can make. The only shot Krzyzewski doesn't like is an unexpected one. That's when you don't have good offensive rebounding and you don't have good floor balance.
Odell now with 8 points, a nice assist from Tom Coverdale, and Coach K wants time.
Can you find the sports car in the newest Mazda?
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Huh. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
200 horsepower Mazda MPV. Body of a minivan. Soul of a sports car.
Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders now, you know they don't upset us. You got it. We can serve your flaming Whopper. Fresh with lettuce.
I gotta get a Whopper.
You got it.
I hope he doesn't forget again.
Michelob Light. Anniversary.
Hi. You got the pizza, right?
The great taste of Michelob Light makes any occasion seem special.
This Friday, the funniest comedy of the year arrives. Barry Watson, Harlan Williams, Michael Rosenbaum.
Please be a size 8.
Oh, yeah! Sorority Boys.
It's like a Wookiee, man.
Rated R, March 22nd.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
And now, the star of the new hit comedy, Baby Bob.
I'm the only actor they encouraged to hit the bottle between takes. What a job.
Baby Bob, CBS Monday.
Now this is the meat and potatoes of Duke's half-court offense. Draw and kick. Dante Jones going to penetrate in the lane, just draw the defenders enough, and Jason Williams does not lead a time to flick off those 3. 2 out of 4 for downtown for Jason Williams.
But how about Coach K taking a timeout with a minute and a half in? He didn't like the way Odell got those 2 easy baskets, and he made the correction on the sidelines. Jones, Dunleavy, now Duhan on this side. Boozer working underneath, and here's Jason Williams, the All-America, #1 player, Naismith Player of the Year, and Jones off the glass. He now has 4.
Boy, quick ball reversals by Duke. So hard, and Indiana is a good half-court defensive team. They contain the dribbler very well, but that kind of ball movement on the reversal and the quickness of a Dante Jones to get up in the air, that soft touch.
Coverdale penetrates again, and Odell scores another easy two. He has 10 to lead the Hoosiers.
It's pretty much Indiana's game as well. A little draw kick, get into the lane, drop down to the big people.
Boozer fouled as he goes up. And Carlos Boozer to the line.
Fouls on Hornsby. That'll be his first and the team's first of the
Dick Enberg met Armin here at Lexington, Kentucky. We're the South Regional 47-35. Duke leading Indiana. They had a 13-point advantage at the half. And Odell with a couple quick baskets here in the second half now leads Indiana with 10, and Boozer playing nearly a perfect game, 6 for 7 from the floor at the line, looking for his 14th point. The shooting statistics, Indiana misleading 57%, trailing by 13 points, 14 points in the game because of their failure to protect the basketball.
Turnovers clearly the story of the first half. The only thing Duke not doing well in this game, and even though Boozer just made those 2 free throws, is overall team free throw shooting. It's been a thorn in their sides throughout the season when they have struggled.
Jared Jeffries forced outside, Boozer right on him, so he'll fire from long range. And slipping underneath Dane Fife to get the offensive rebound, and Hornsby partially blocked by Boozer. Jeffries, though, underneath the bat at home. Jared Jeffries, the Indiana All-America, with 10 points.
Well, it's not often you see a big guy like Carlos Boozer challenging a 3-point shot on the perimeter, and not only did he challenge, he got a piece of it, but his teammates couldn't pick off the loose ball. There's Jared Jeffries basically all alone inside amongst small people, with the exception of Mike Dunleavy at 6'9", because Boozer was out on the perimeter tipping that shot.
Duhan back to Jones, and Jones off the glass. Dante Jones, who transferred from Rutgers and influenced by Jason Williams. They were buddies, New Jersey high school system. Jeffries around Boozer, all alone for that jumper. Well short, but there's Odell to clean it up. Jared Odell with a dozen.
Carlos Boozer's going to have to be a little bit more careful. He was getting caught way out on the perimeter, challenging shots, going for steals, and that's leaving his teammates naked inside.
Jason Williams off the mark, and Fife feeds ahead to Coverdale. He's got Jeffries with him, but hustling from behind, Duhan bats it out of bounds. Now this South bracket, Duke and Indiana in this opening game will meet the winner of Pittsburgh, the number 3 seed, and the Cinderella team here in the South, Kent State's Golden Flashes. That game to follow, approximately 9:55 Eastern time. Boozer gets given a rest, and Casey Sanders in for Duke. Fife barely beat the 3-second count. Odell over Dunleavy. He's feeling it. Jared Odell. And suddenly Indiana with 10, and that has this crowd excited.
Jared Odell just being active in and around the basket, hanging on the baseline, covering up his man in the lane.
Ewing with the ball, so Ewing and Sanders, 2 substitutions made by Coach Krzyzewski here early in the second half. Dunleavy working inside, and batted home by Sanders. He has 3 points off the bench. Point lead. Jeffries muscling inside, and a foul. No basket. The foul committed before the shot by Jeffries. And with that, a timeout with 4:40 gone in this second half. Duke by 12.
Hi, everyone. I'm back in town to get you on your feet again.
Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense? Pick one for a chance to win a Volvo S60 at volvocars.com/questions.
Brown makes me a hero. It lets my customers know I've shipped what I promised. It lets them track their own order from the time it's shipped until the moment it arrives. Brown gives me the time to make sales calls instead of tracking packages, which makes me a hero to my boss. Brown works. I get the credit. How terribly, terribly unfair.
Better service, more sales. What can Brown do for you?
You know you're in for the ride of your life. Have you seen the DVD selection? It's awesome here. It's in your face. All your new DVDs here at Walmart. Players and movies. New releases, you got classics, you got everything.
I love this one.
Yes. It's sound, it's quality, it's picture. Technology like you would not believe. Puts you in the theater without even leaving your home. Hey, you can find even more info on Walmart.com. All the home entertainment section. Low prices, brand names. Come on in, have yourself a good time. I got that here too.
Introducing a whole new Energizer Max. With so much extra power inside, it's the longest-lasting Energizer Max ever. Do you have the bunny inside?
It's estimated Americans overpaid $311 million in taxes. Now H&R Block will double-check last year's tax return free. We can refile past returns. You could get more money back.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Volvo and by Energizer.
15 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second half. Duke by 12. Indiana's ball. Jared Odell 5 for 5 in the second half. Now with 14 to match Carlos Boozer's 14 that leads Duke. Whistle away from the ball.
Jared Odell with a quiet 4 points in the first half. All of a sudden, he's been the man wide open, and most of the time, it's been Mike Dunleavy losing Jared Odell, and all he's doing is finding the little cracks, the little seams, and getting on the offensive board.
Sanders with that last foul. He now has 2, giving Boozer a break. Coverdale hawked by Duhan. In a crowd. Fights for it. And a whistle.
Better late than never.
He comes down holding his left ankle that's heavily bandaged. He's been playing with that painful injury most of the year. Dante Jones, the foul, his 3rd. And here comes Boozer and Jason Williams back in the game for Duke.
Well, Tom Coverdale was in. You see the grab there by Dante Jones, not called, and then trying an acrobatic move in the air. He's not high in the air to begin with, trying to find that open man underneath.
And Coverdale remains scoreless in the game, and that's critical to Indiana trailing Duke as Jeff Newton returns for the Hoosiers and Hornsby goes out.
And Dick, oddly enough, Tom Coverdale was the focus of Duke's defense coming in. First of all, he's the lead guard, so they wanted Duhan to put a lot of pressure on him, which probably nobody in college basketball does it better than Chris Duhan. And then Tom Coverdale helped out Duke by picking up 2 quick personal fouls and had to go to the bench.
Well, testimony to the attack defensively of Duke. They pick out their man and shut him out. No travel, although the Hoosier fans trying to help the officials. Boozer inside. Dante Jones blocked by Newton, gets it back. And Odell with a rebound, and along with Jones battled for it, and dual possession. Arrow points to Indiana.
Hoosier fans.
Oh, foul's been called.
Oh, my. Jared Odell all over the place inside, in good position there. And then a tie-up, and no doubt, looked like the official, he does. He's got, Bruce Benedict has his fist in the air as if to call a foul.
And Boozer gets ticketed, and he was away from that scramble. It's the 3rd on Boozer. Trailing by 11. Duke is led by as much as 17. Indiana never in front. Closest they've been was 4-3 early, and now a foul away from the ball at the other end. And Dane Fife of the Hoosiers shaking his head. His 2nd.
Illegal pick set by Dane Fife. Trying to step here on the weak side and just putting up his chest, but you got to keep your arms and elbows inside the width of your body. And it looked like Dane Fife has got a little bit of a football background, reaching out just a tad.
Dunleavy out of bounds to Duke. He was an outstanding high school player. Les Fife back in Clarkston, Michigan.
As a quarterback, I don't think he was doing a lot of blocking.
Oh, they're tough though in Clarkston. You got to throw the blocks in those sweeps.
Yeah, you flip it one side and then go block the other as they reverse.
Oh, you bet. That's near Ann Arbor, you know, the home of the Buck Lateral series. You never know. Outside is Dunleavy, banks it off the window.
Mike Dunleavy has to lead the nation in points scored on underneath out of bounds legitimately, and then on the little trick plays where he just deadheads his opponent and gets sneaky little layups, but uses the screens beautifully, and terrific execution by Duke.
Indiana going big now. 3 men at 6'9" or better. Ooh, Odell fooled by the pass from Fife inside, but draws the foul.
Take a look at the underneath out of bounds. It's just a simple little screen to screener. Man's going to come off, and then Dunleavy's going to get another screen here. Just ideal execution. Just about every play in America runs some form of this, and all it's a matter, and everybody knows it's coming, but when you execute well, very difficult to stop it.
Jared Odell fouled by Dunleavy. Dunleavy's second. Odell, a 9-point average on the season, has come up big for the Hoosiers tonight. He's looking for his 16th point. And a second chance as Jeffries with the offensive rebound. Jared Jeffries spin move. Not there. Newton gets it back to Jeffries. Misses again. Jeffries missing too close in, and Newton another chance. Coverdale. Oh, that's going to be on Coverdale. He charges his way up the lane.
The crowd doesn't like it, but Coverdale out of control as Mike Dunleavy stepping up to take the charge.
Mike Davis wants a timeout, but it's not acknowledged at this point as Duke has the ball.
And the reason that Indiana able to volleyball up there is they've got the very tall front line on the court right now with Odell, Newton, and Jeffries.
Dunleavy can't hit the three-pointer. Jeffries clears. Coverdale. And Fife for three. Another offensive rebound. Jeffries. And this one trickles home. And it's 55-45. Indiana's been able to get within 10 on a couple of occasions in the second half, but not able to dent into a single-digit deficit. No foul there as the Indiana wanted. And Dunleavy makes them pay with a three. He has 14. Timeout, Indiana. And look at Mike Davis storming at the officials.
Taxi.
Where you headed?
Uptown.
Downtown. No, I mean in life.
We can't even agree where we're headed now.
And our meeting starts in 10 minutes. In life, like in basketball, clearing your mind of distractions and focusing on the business at hand is pivotal.
Courtyard has just what you need to stay focused, from all the essentials to peace and quiet.
Remember, teams, surrender the me for the we.
Now make 3 stays and earn 2 free nights. Call 1-888-MARRIOTT today. Courtyard, your Marriott awaits.
Well, Mike Dunleavy has been doing most of his damage at the defensive end, coming up with steals, taking charges, but also chipping in now with 14 points. He's just 4 out of 12 from the field. That's his second three-pointer, as both coaches absolutely livid with the officials and getting in their ear now, seemingly on every play.
Well, Davis mad about the calls, and then Coach K in the timeout was just as furious because he felt Davis should have been given a technical for coming out of the coaching box. Inside to Jeffries. Boozer all over him. Finger roll not there. He traveled. And Davis is up again. He can't believe the call, but it appeared to be a good one from here.
Now Mike Davis, the Indiana coach, looking for something to grab on the press table over there. Good thing nothing was loose. He was about to toss something right now, but
no chairs here allowed at Rupp Arena.
Any loose object. The size, though, of Indiana is hurt, or should be hurting Duke at one end, and it is if they don't turn the ball over. But now Duke should be able to spread the floor at their end and hurt the bigger people of Indiana.
Kicked out of bounds by Fife, a new 35 seconds.
And where Duke has an advantage right now is Dante Jones being guarded by Jared Jeffries. I don't think he's got the lateral movement to stay with a guy like Jones.
Dante Jones comes out.
Now it'll be Daniel Ewing as Duke gets even smaller.
And Dunleavy misses the three, but Boozer up there to get the rebound. batted away by Coverdale, and a foul. Coverdale, and that'll be his fourth, the first player in the game with 4 personal fouls. As we look at our tournament summary, 1 and 2 seeds are 14 and 2. Only Cincinnati, number 1, and Alabama, number 2, defeated. Alabama by Kent State. We'll see the flashes later. 4 teams in the Sweet 16 from the Big 12. The Pac-10 has 3. And how about Lute Olson and the Arizona Wildcats? Rebuilding a team, he loses 4 great players, some of those that he thought would be staying for their junior or senior year, and builds them right back to a top club.
And how about the season Luke Walton has had? I don't think anybody expect Luke Walton to be the kind of player he was, but of course all the players leaving the Arizona program at the end of last season, he certainly got the opportunity to do it, and once he got that, he ran with it.
As you can see, Arizona battling Oklahoma out in the West and leading by 3 with 3 minutes gone in the second half. Boozer hits 1 out of 2 and has 15 points in the game. And immediately he takes a seat, as does Coverdale, as Casey Sanders back in for Duke. And A.J. Moye now plays for Indiana. Back to a 14-point lead for the Duke Blue Devils. Perry now, he too returns, the freshman at the point. Jared Jeffries around Sanders, cut off by Dunleavy.
That's where Jared Jeffries belongs, in down on that low block. Wild shot there, but he can create a lot of havoc inside, and here he draws the foul.
On the elbow is the signal given as Jeffries went up with a shot. And the foul is on Casey Sanders, his 3rd, but he has the 5 fouls to give, helping out Boozer.
I guess it's a problem for Mike Davis, and he knows that Jeffries can play out on the perimeter, and it's not bad for him to go outside from time to time, given what the matchups are. But in this particular situation, with Indiana needing points and needing 3-point plays and wanting to get more fouls on Duke, he's got to get right back in and around the basket as he did on that play.
Mike Davis watching as Jeffries sights in. He has 13 points and 12 rebounds, the Big Ten Player of the Year, sophomore from Bloomington, Indiana. With the 2 free throws, a timeout, 11:34 remaining second half. The Devils by 12.
We're bringing this brand new car around today. It's called the Pontiac Vibe. Sounds like a party wagon. How you guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah? It's pretty fat, yeah?
It's a fantastic car.
I'm a vibe girl, yeah.
Big, oh, sweet. Look at that. AC connection? Yeah, it's awesome.
I could see it zipping around town.
This is the road trip mobile.
Look at this.
I like that. Sounds sharp.
I like the silver.
Control, circles.
It's built real tight, you know?
This is my kind of ride.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe, official vehicle for the NCAA championships.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
A couple of months now.
When software quickly connects all your business systems, that's 1 degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
This spring, come home to Lowe's for that new kitchen you've always wanted. Lowe's, the only place that stocks the full line of Weyerhaeuser Choice Deck. Made from a space-age material that looks like wood that never needs treating. Lowe's, with the largest selection of patio furniture imaginable. And enough lights to brighten your world inside and out. But we promise low prices every day. For 56 years, families have been coming home to Lowe's. Season after season after season. Lowe's, the home of improving home improvement.
Last week's most watched show, Survivor, returns to its regular day and time with an incredible challenge you won't believe. Wow. All new Survivor, CBS next Thursday at 8, 7 Central.
As we look at our game summary, 15 is the number. Odell and Boozer at the bottom, both with 15 points. But the key, three-point shooting. 21 points off the threes for Duke, 6 for Indiana. That too is a 15-point difference.
And Dick, both of these teams thrive on the three-point shot throughout the season. Duke on average takes 8 out of 24, and Indiana is 8 for 20. And a big factor has been Tom Coverdale getting those 2 early fouls. Now sits on the bench with 4 fouls and only has 1 point in this game. He's a big part of their three-point attack.
Talk about being shut out. Hasn't even been able to take a shot. Inside to Boozer, batted away by Newton, and off Boozer last. So here comes Indiana trying to break that 10-point barrier. They could do it with a 3. 19 field goals for the Hoosiers in the game, 19 turnovers as well.
Well, what Indiana has to do here, they got to come down, get the ball inside, preferably to Jared Jeffries. He's got Newton on the block now.
Inside to Newton. Dunleavy picks him up. Newton, ball fake, and a turnover as Dunleavy's defense.
Yeah, again, a little bit of a flop there, but Newton just not really comfortable, doesn't have the footwork to get the good shot. Travel.
Yeah, that was too many on Boozer. A little stutter step. Never put the ball on the floor. He knew it. Parents have moved from Juneau, Alaska, his home, 3,500 miles in the last year to live in Durham in order to see not only Boozer play basketball, but their daughter, who's a great singer. She's in town. Oh, Jason Williams after the steal. How many of those will he ever miss? Uncontested.
What a break at this juncture, halfway through this second half for Indiana on the giveaway to Jason Williams.
Jeffries inside, double team. Gets it up, and he misses an easy shot, but able to bat home his own rebound. Back to that 10-point deficit.
No excuse not to go inside to Jared Jeffries. If he doesn't score himself, he's going to draw the defense in there, and somebody's going to get a good open look from the outside.
Inside to Dunleavy, good position. Misses the hook, and comes up with it again. What quick hands for Dunleavy. Loose ball, and Indiana comes up with it. Moye, no numbers. Over the 10-minute mark here in the second 20-minute period. Moye, nope. It goes against Dunleavy on the block. His third.
Jason Williams guessing right, popping into the passing lane, getting off with an easy one, and then just a little bit of a flip. Just too much spin coming out of his hands. Kind of squeezed it out of there carelessly.
Well, this crowd is a partisan Indiana crowd. Not only the Hoosier fans, but both Kent State and Pittsburgh fans cheering for the underdog. And now they're a little more excited because Duke's lead is now in single digits, 9. Moye with 5 off the bench. As Jones back in, Ewing out for Duke. 59-51 at the 9:46 mark.
And the big key here defensively for Indiana is to prevent penetration. Contain your man. Got to be a little bit ready to help on Jason Williams on his drive.
Jason Williams. Inside to Boozer for an easy 2. And a foul. Dane Fife with his 3rd foul.
Just way too easy here. They switched on the ball screen play, the pick and roll, and Dane Fife, who usually will battle anybody, any size or shape, he doesn't like the call. He felt it was just a little bit of a tap from behind. It was, but it was careless.
And well short as Boozer, top free throw shooter, has been a little cold from the line for Duke. 3 for 6 in the game.
Duke continues to leave the door open a crack for Indiana.
Jeffries again outside, drawing Boozer with him. So it's Dunleavy and Newton in the post. As Perry goes up with a tough little jumper. Newton has fouled as he goes up. It's either Boozer or Dunleavy. Neither good news for Duke. I think it's Dunleavy. And that would be his 4th. We'll see if Coach K goes to Sanders.
And a discussion going on between Mike Krzyzewski and Johnny Dawkins talking about the foul situation. Of course, it's all going to depend on Mike Dunleavy, time and score. There's plenty of time left now with 9:05 to go in this second half. And Dunleavy barking at the referee as he's going to head to the bench. And Mike Krzyzewski will be able to keep Dunleavy out as long as his team can maintain a 6, 8, 10-point lead. But anytime it gets under that, Mike Dunleavy will have to come back in.
Newton, a good free throw shooter at 76%, misses them both. Sanders in at 6'11", gives Duke even more height and size, but certainly not the great versatility of Dunleavy. Turnover, Moyer picking up the loose pass. Perry. And a foul on Sanders. He knew it. Stopped the easy basket. And Sanders now with 4. Last week, Survivor was television's most watched show. Now it returns to its regular day and time. That'll be next Thursday night on CBS with an incredible challenge you have to see to believe. Catch an all-new Survivor next Thursday, 8, 7 Central, here on CBS.
Jeffrey Newton stepping to the line, a 76% free throw shooter on the season, 0 for 3 until he drains one there. I think it just seems like Duke keeps opening the door a little bit, and then Indiana keeps shooting themselves in the foot and just cannot crack that 10-point barrier.
Now down to 9, as you saw Ewing back in and Sanders out. So Duke very small now. Boozer returns. Or stays in, actually. He's been in with 3 as Williams fires. That's usually where he comes up with a big one. And how about that rebound by Perry at only 6'2", and taken away. Another turnover, and Duhan surveys the floor as he brings it into the offensive end.
Another careless pass, this time from the freshman Donald Perry. All the young players, old players, medium-age players just make the simple play.
Duhan way outside and way off the mark, and Moyer, he sparks the Hoosiers. Every time he's come in, they seem to improve.
He's got nose for the ball. He comes up with all the loose ones, and of course you can never go wrong with a guy like that on the floor.
Another careless pass by Perry, and then it goes out of bounds to Indiana. Oh, Perry got away with a foul as they battle for the air ball. 7:53 left. Indiana pulls within 8.
Premium malt beverage. Starting to feel a little cramped by your present surroundings? Maybe it's time to expand your horizons. Maybe it's time to think about RE/MAX. RE/MAX agents lead the real estate industry, averaging more experience and more sales than other agents. RE/MAX can help you find a new home that meets all your needs while selling your current house to someone who'll find it absolutely perfect. If you're looking for outstanding results, look for RE/MAX.
It's saying that we got boost. Check it out. Check it out. Now, where's the boost, man? Get the boost on. Right there. There you go. Oh, yeah. Boost, baby. Let me roll this thing.
Let the car in front of you get ahead a little bit and just slam it.
Oh, yeah, it's got the brakes, man. We're going to do. I'll catch up, guys. Hang in there. I love that. I love that boost thing.
Yeah. Every once in a while we get to hit the boost.
I was looking to protect what I have and to achieve some modest growth. I knew I lacked investment skills, and I knew I needed professional assistance. Prudential gave me a good feeling that this guy or these people don't have an agenda of their own. There's a lot that I don't understand, but that's why I really lean more heavily on my advisor at Prudential. I'm impressed by their thoroughness, and I'm impressed by their detail. I think I found the right people.
There's always a clue. Can you find it?
TV's most watched show, CSI, returns March 28th.
Back in Kentucky with our CBS Sportsline stat of the game. Turnovers 22 Indiana. That ties their high for the year in points off turnovers. Duke taking full advantage of plus 16 points. Get complete tournament coverage at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Coverdale with 4 fouls comes in for Indiana. Moy passes up the 3 to take that leaner. Keeps it alive, and Newton up with it. Fife looks for Jeffries inside. Boozer playing off Jeffries. And what a play by Dante Jones. Moye spins and scores. And A.J. Moye pulls Indiana within 6. And they're on their feet. A 10-2 run for the Hoosiers. Jason Williams. He trickles it home.
Well, any kind of two-man action, ball screen, pick and roll. Jason Williams, a very tough customer there. Indiana is going to, the best thing they can do is trap him and make him give up the basketball.
Jeffries again works inside against Boozer. He had to play a soft defense with a foul trouble Duke zone. 18 points for Jeffries to lead all scores.
And now Indiana getting any kind of shot they want at point-blank range. And if they do miss, they're really getting in there, knocking the ball loose, coming up with the second shot.
And their points in the tape piling up, and a turnover is Boozer with a blind pass to Jason Williams. He couldn't handle. And suddenly Duke showing some vulnerability, and Coach K sees it too. He wants a timeout.
Spring. Mowers mowing, blowers blowing, and the Home Depot has them all in full throttle. Come in now through March 31st and get no payments and no interest till January 2003 on any lawn and garden purchase of $299 or more with your Home Depot consumer credit card. You'll find great brands like Toro, Honda, and more. Buy now and we'll even extend the warranty on all Toro and Honda mowers for an additional year. So come in now through March 31st and get a jump start on the season at the Home Depot.
When Baby Bob speaks, America listens. I wonder who he likes in the national finals. Last week, over 15 million people saw the new hit comedy with a lot to say. Baby Bob, right here after the King of Queens, Monday on CBS. Well, Mike Krzyzewski had plenty to say, and that number he does not like. Indiana outscoring Duke inside 20-8 here in the second half.
All the talk of the turnovers in the first half, both teams with 6 each in the second.
Back door, and Moye scores, and Indiana isn't within 4.
I think, Dick, this is what a lot of people, including me, expected from Indiana from the beginning of the game, to come down and then methodically execute their half-court offense. They're doing it beautifully here in the second half.
Boozer, Jeffries trying to hold his ground. Out to Jones, open. Rattles out. Battle and Ewing, the freshman inside to get the rebound and start the clock and give Duke another chance. 5:45 to go. Jason Williams can't score. Jones over the top, and the foul will be on whom? 1 point at an Indiana player, 1 point at a Duke player, but it appeared Jones over the top. It was, and Dante Jones has 4.
Take a look at A.J. Moye taking his man out here. The ball's going to come here to the high post to Jeffrey Newton, and then watch the beautiful execution on the backdoor play, taking advantage of the over-aggressiveness on the defensive Duke.
Last 5.5 minutes, man. IU outscoring Duke 14-2. Blue Devils don't go through droughts like that very often. And now in foul trouble with both Dunleavy with 4 and Dante Jones with 4. 2 starters for Coach K.
So the time and score have dictated now that Mike Dunleavy come back into the game.
And Jones goes out. Jones rests with 4, and Dunleavy in with 4. Coverdale with 4 for Indiana. And Sanders off the bench with 4. And a rebound by Jeffries. Takes it up and scores. A 3-point play. And Indiana is suddenly within 1.
And another arsenal, another weapon in the arsenal of Indiana is don't give up any layups or dunks. Make the Dukies earn it from the line.
Boozer blocked by O.J. Moye, and
A.J. Moye stands maybe 6'3", but wow, right at the pinnacle, leading 6'8", 9", Carlos Boozer, and said, get it out of here.
Inside to Jeffries. That was for the lead, and Dunleavy rebounds, and he goes down holding his ankle. Holding that right ankle. As he turned it, it wasn't a violent move as he stepped on another player's foot, which happens too often, and Father Mike looks on with concern. Dunleavy seems okay.
Well, again, Jeffries, who gets great position. Look down low in this area, right down in here. And then Mike Dunleavy going to come down right there, the back of the heel in the turn. And you can see the instant pain and anguish on the face of Mike Dunleavy, but with the adrenaline flowing, Dunleavy stays.
Less than 5 minutes to go. Indiana had the opportunity for its first lead. Ewing, a strong move, partially blocked by Jeffries. Boozer, he can't hit, but he's fouled. And it may have been Moye trying to stop him again. No, it was Jeff Newton with a foul, the 6'9" center with his second. It will send Carlos Boozer to the line.
That's what I was talking about before. Don't give up any layups. Boozer is the best free throw shooter on the Duke team at 76%, but just 3 for 6 today.
And makes that one for a 2-point lead. You saw Coach K offering some suggestions to one of the men in stripes. Boozer hits them both, and Duke back in front by 3. Rupp Arena in a roar as Indiana has rallied from 17 points down to within 1. 2 Carlos Boozer free throws moments ago, giving Kentucky a 3-point lead as Coverdale yet to score from the floor, but Newton with an offensive rebound. Here's the man that sparked the Hoosiers, Moye. He can't hit, and Jeffries. Jason Williams able to call time as he goes out of bounds. Calls the 30-second timeout with 4:25 left, and Duke protecting now a 65-62 lead. Indiana has never led.
From oil changes to brakes to tune-ups, customers feel confident knowing Midas Total Car Care has their car running in top shape.
She's running great. Let's jump the bridge.
But where do you go? You go. What are you gonna do? Total Car Care. Midas, we do that.
Terrific job by Jason Williams to save a possession here for Duke. They are precious at this juncture of the game, getting the timeout. You know, Dick, we talked about Duke earlier, giving up 19 offensive rebounds to Notre Dame last Saturday, and it's what's been killing them here in the second half.
And hampered also by foul trouble with 3 starters playing with 4 fouls. Jason Williams can't hit the 3, and Boozer a big offensive rebound. Dunleavy with 4 is in the game. And the foul is going to be on Jared Jeffries for holding Boozer inside. It'll be his second. And a look at the foul trouble with 4:06 remaining. Coverdale with 4. Duke fouls, Sanders, Jones, and Dunleavy with 4, Boozer with 3. Boozer at the line, leading scorer for Duke with 19 in the game as Dunleavy sits down. Rattles out, Newton with a rebound.
Dick, the one thing both teams have to remember here, any long jump shot miss generally means long rebound, and you have to be quick in boxing your man out and then quick to that loose ball on the long one.
Jeffries got Boozer in the air, takes it inside, and he's caught with a foul on the arm. Who got him?
Daniel Ewing.
Daniel Ewing, who came in for Dunleavy, and this young man, only 18, out of Missouri City, Texas, proving more and more valuable for Duke. Duke has had only of its 31 victories, all of them have been in double figures except 3. Seton Hall, the season opener, Kentucky, and Notre Dame.
Well, they're fresh off the experience of having to come from behind against Notre Dame on Saturday. And, of course, Duke, being the #1 team in the country, this is when they generally, 3:50 to go in the ballgame, they have another gear to go to defensively with their pressure to make it tough to handle.
Jeffries 1 out of 2 with 20 points and 14 rebounds, the All-America for Indiana, but misses the second, and Duke comes down court with a 2-point lead. 3:40 to go. Williams, and he gets it up and over. Jared Jeffries, a great drive by the All-America Jason Williams.
I don't think Indiana can handle any kind of high screen or wing pick and roll play with Jason Williams involved. He's just too quick in turning the corner or splitting the defenders.
Dunleavy at 6'9", denying Coverdale. Moye takes Jones, and that is going to be on Jones for the block. Dante Jones, he's out. That's his 5th foul.
There's that high screen, and Jared Jeffries way too soft there, backing up, thinking that with his athleticism that he would be able to just block the shot. Actually, he's got to get over there and get his body between Jason Williams and the basket if he's going to do a good defensive job on the play.
Jones leaves with 6 points.
Dante Jones going to step in, and he is sliding over there to his attempt to take the charge.
Trailing by 4, A.J. Moye with 11 points off the bench, plus some terrific rebounding, a block shot. And he has been the spark, the star that's rallied this Indiana team in the second half.
And where is Gerald Odelby? He was the guy that got Indiana going in the second half, making his 5 for 5 in the beginning with the easy lay-ins. He's been on the bench forever.
Moye, and another missed free throw, but Jeffries a one-handed rebound, then throws it away. Duhan with the interception. Hoosiers committing more turnovers than any game all season long. Dunleavy close to a travel.
And maybe the mobility of Dunleavy lessened when he turned his ankle a few minutes ago.
Let's see about his shot. Little long. Boozer gives Duke another chance, and Dunleavy fires and hits. Big shot by Mike Dunleavy, who has 17 points.
Long misses mean long rebounds. I'll say it again.
Foul on the hold by Duhan. Duhan's 3rd.
Boozer now with 8 rebounds. It's a couple of times now he's been in the right position to get that long rebound, and generally that's when the three-point shooters will be open after an offensive rebound, because all of the defense gets sucked in, either looking for the rebound or watching the play. You can't watch. You got to make sure you can get back out quickly to three-point shooters.
It's been a nightmare tonight for Tom Coverdale, the #2 scorer for Indiana. 12+ points a game, has not made a field goal, and only 1 free throw. Indiana has missed 10 free throws in this game, and that critical. Timeout, 2:41 left. Mike Davis's Hoosiers trail by 5.
Dennis, got a great deal for you. You sitting down? A potato chip ad, $1 million.
Not interested.
Dennis, I just talked to the chip people, and because you're you, they say $2 million.
What did I just say, Sam?
No, I know, right, sorry. I got them up to $2.5 million. There's no eating of the chips. You look at them.
For the last time, I don't do ads, all right?
No, and you shouldn't.
And that's final.
That I know. You're right.
Done.
Exactly. I'll tell them, maybe.
We pass on so much to our children. Our eyes, the color of our hair, even a bit of our personality. And when we own a home, we find it's even possible
Carlos, dinner time. Okay.
to pass along our dreams. Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership, and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Listen up. We brought in a very special consultant to help us with our fundamentals.
This is a triangle.
Triangle.
What's this?
Triangle.
What's this?
Triangle. What's this?
The bill.
What'd that cost?
$4 million.
And he's not going to stick around to see if it works?
thought we only made cars.
$22,000 at Rupp Arena, treated to a dandy tonight. Time remaining 2:41 with Duke up by 5, but other than having the arrow, Duke with only 1 timeout left, and Indiana's in the double bonus, only 7 Indiana fouls, so the Hoosiers with an advantage there as well if they can make their free throws.
It's been a big offensive rebounding advantage, especially in this second half for Indiana. Overall, they've got 19 to Duke's 14, but on the last couple of possessions for Duke, it's been Carlos Boozer coming up with the big second shots. And right here, you got to think Duke is going to go to that high screen for Jason Williams. Indiana has shown no ability to keep him from getting to the basket.
Easily get the ball inbounds. Modest press by Indiana. Fife, top defender for Indiana. He draws Williams inside and it throws it away. Jeffries with the interception. Trailing by 5. Coverdale cut off by Duhan and then misses the short jumper. Passes under to Jeffries. He's fouled and he'll shoot one.
Well, Duke has been kind of almost standing around in many cases looking to help out on penetrators. You see Boozer pulling back there. And when you're standing, watching, helping, and that's when you're vulnerable on the offensive boards. And Jeffries takes advantage of it there.
Jason Williams was the Duke fouler. He has 3. Jeffries leads all scorers, 24 points and 15 rebounds, showing you his All-America credentials. 2-point game, 2:08 left. Williams, free for 15, misses. Ball loose, Coverdale to fight. Duhan to beat. He'll pull it up. Coverdale. Cut off. And the foul is going to be called on Ewing of Duke, his 3rd. And it's a rare game in which Indiana, many more opportunities than Duke at the free throw line. As you see, Tom Coverdale step to the line. 27 attempts for the Hoosiers, only 18 for Duke. A chance to tie. Coverdale. Indiana has never led, trailed by as much as 17. They've rallied in the second half. Coverdale could tie it with this free throw. Number 1 Duke, number 1 seed, cruising along most of the game, but the Hoosiers rallying here in the final 15 minutes. It's an even game with 1:45 to go.
Pick and roll defense going to be critical for Indiana here.
Boozer loses the ball, but last touch by Indiana.
Both officials looking at one another, not really decisive with that call. Indiana players felt that Boozer just threw it out of bounds.
Both teams, especially Indiana, rising to 49% field goal percentages and many more free throw opportunities. Dante Jones has already fouled out for Duke. 3 players on the floor with 4 fouls. Boozer and Fife able to bat it away from Jason Williams.
And because of the Jones foul out, Mike Krzyzewski has almost been forced to go with Daniel Ewing, who was the hero for Duke in the Notre Dame victory, but he has made a number of freshman mistakes in this game.
15 on the shot clock on this possession. 1:33 left in the game. Ewing takes it inside, then dumps it off to Williams. Jason Williams, too long, but Boozer bats it out, and another clock. Duke, 35 seconds. Jason Williams to Ewing. Duhan throws it away, and Indiana, for the first time, with a chance for the lead. .118 to go. Duke, the number 1 team in the nation, 70. Indiana, the 5th seed here in the South, 70.
Jared Jeffries has been almost unstoppable as far as getting a good shot inside.
Coverdale inside. He gets the bounce. His first field goal of the game, giving Indiana the lead.
And Dave Fife talking to his teammates. Let's switch everything out on the perimeter.
Ewing can't hit the 3. Rebound to Newton. 38 seconds to go. Coverdale of Indiana. leading by 2. Ewing hawking him. Timeout, Indiana. And listen to this crowd at Rupp Arena.
Thumb within your thumb, and that'll be your club.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That way you won't throw the club when your head's way up because you're looking where you're not supposed to.
Am I not supposed to look?
No, head down. Take a swing now.
Hey, Sean, who's that dancing with your wife?
That's Henderson. Nice pants. Very nice pants.
Dockers, dress casuals. Finally, guys have an answer to the little black dress.
That's been a miserable offensive game for Tom Coverdale. Foul problems early. He's got 4 now, almost forced to take this shot as he gets all of the rim and then some. Coverdale averaging 12 points coming into this one, has 6 in the game, but does have 7 assists and playing his normally good floor game.
First lead of the game for Indiana. 3 bounces off the iron and then home. 32 seconds remaining. Jeffries inbounds the ball. 24 seconds on the shot clock. There's about a 6-7 second difference in shot and game clock. Duke's just going to play tough defense.
Indiana would like to get a reasonably good shot here, but make sure they are back on defense so they don't give an easy run out.
10 seconds and Moye held by Ewing. Oh no, they're going to call a time. Mike Davis had called a time from the bench with 9 seconds on the shot clock, 15.3 seconds on the game clock, and the Hoosiers by 2.
Pile this.
Sure can. Thank you.
Paper jam. Hi.
Heavy starch.
Oh, heavy starch it is. Hi. Hey, Santos. How's the company stock doing?
Up again.
Good night, Paula.
Good night.
The new E-Trade. More of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy. E-Trade Financial.
It's been 8 years since Indiana made it to the Sweet 16. For Indiana fans spoiled by Bob Knight's success, that's an eternity. They were trailing by 17 here in the second half to Mike Krzyzewski's Blue Devils. They've rallied to take the lead for the first time in the final 2 minutes, and we have 9 seconds on the shot clock, 15 seconds to go.
And the last place Indiana wants to make this inbound pass is out towards midcourt. That's when the quick Duke players usually jump into the passing lane.
Having trouble, Coverdale, and he has to spend Indiana's last timeout. Mike Krzyzewski still has 1 in his pocket.
Hey, pretty boy, what's your name? You're just making me go insane. I see you standing there, don't know what to do. 'Cause I just wanna be with you. Hey, I'm gonna be your girl. Hey, I'm gonna be your girl. Hey, I'm gonna be your girl. And now you're gonna be my guy. And now you're gonna be my guy. And now you're gonna be my guy.
Welcome back, Matt Gukas. What do you think the two coaches said in those huddles?
Well, Mike Krzyzewski is saying challenge the pass, get up on the inbounds passer, and we got to get a steal here, but no foul.
Coverdale having miserable time getting the ball in, almost a backcourt violation. Ewing had his hand, I batted away, but a foul on Duhan. Krzyzewski in disbelief. Indiana again goes to the foul line. Duhan scores.
It is so dangerous to be fooling around with the basketball out near midcourt, but A.J. Moyle looked like he got his pocket picked by Chris Duhan. Right there,
Ooh,
not a lot of contact at all, but a 79% free throw shooter, A.J. Moye.
3-point lead, and this one is huge. With 11 seconds left,
And Mike Krzyzewski telling his team, if he makes, get it up into the front court area and take a timeout.
The star for Indiana off the bench has been Moye. A 4-point game. Ewing fires the three. Not there. Williams looks for the three. Oh, he scores and he's fouled. A chance to tie. Unbelievable. The Duke Magic trailing by 4 and 11 seconds to go. They miss the three, get the long rebound. Williams hits the three, and he is fouled.
Oh, this is incredible, and clearly he was fouled. Actually, Mike Krzyzewski at least signaled to his team that he wanted the timeout. Daniel Ewing just came down and fired away. And terrific body control by Williams, leaning into Jeffrey Newton. I said he would be the wild card in this game, but I never thought it would be on a play like that to let Duke maybe back in.
He misses the free throw. Boozer gets the rebound and tipped again. Rebounded by Indiana. The game is over. The Hoosiers, with a major upset, have defeated the #1 team in the nation. Boozer and Williams watch what appeared to be certain victory in the first half and into the second half. And Jason Williams, who's had his troubles at the free throw line, Boozer got a chance at a win on the rebound, was caught by the Indiana defenders, and Newton finally hugs the win on the rebound.
The Achilles here all season long for Jason Williams from the free throw line, getting a chance to tie this game up as Mike Davis, who almost ran out of the building when Jeffrey Newton committed that foul to enable Jason Williams to get the possible 4-point play.
Davis undoubtedly running over to where his family, his wife, his little 3-year-old son sit, and the Hoosier fans, as in a rare Duke game where the foul calls seemingly mounted time and time again against the #1 Blue Devils, and the Hoosiers finally taking advantage. It was a struggle, did not take the lead until Tom Coverdale hit that 3-bounce 5-footer with about 1:20 to go. Oh my. And Pittsburgh and Kent State, if you're ready for more in 30 minutes, it'll be the Panthers from the Big East and one of the mid-size school darlings, Kent State. Jared Jeffries, 24 points and 15 rebounds for the All-America. Carlos Boozer, 19 and 9 for Duke. But don't forget the contribution of A.J. Moye. Indiana wins by 1. Ray Gumbel in New York right after we pause for this word. Woo!
When software quickly connects supply and demand, that's one degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Anything else, sir?
Introducing a whole new Energizer Max. With so much extra power inside, it's the longest-lasting Energizer Max ever. Do you have the bunny inside?
If I said feline.
Bacon!
Cats?
Bacon!
Kitty, kitty, kitty?
Bacon, bacon, bacon!
Bacon strips?
It's bacon!
No, it's Bacon Strips brand. Dogs don't know it's not bacon.
Is it safe? Yeah, but hurry. This better be quick. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa! There's no way we can beat Dollar's rates.
Hey, how are ya? Meeting's starting. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Yes.
Dollar.com?
Yeah, from now on. I can't afford us.
When it's your money you're spending, log on for our lowest rates at dollar.com.
Welcome back to our studios in New York. Along with Clark Kellogg, I'm Greg Gumbel. Just watched Indiana's Hoosiers knock off the top seed Duke Blue Devils 74-73, showing a little of what they were made of in the Big Ten Conference this year.
A testimony to perseverance. That's the only way you can explain it. They turned it over a lot, didn't actually control or stop Duke, but made enough plays and then got big production from A.J. Moye off the bench and dominated the paint action in the second half.
All right, Clark, still to come tonight here on CBS. The next game in Lexington will be Kent State-Pittsburgh. That game will tip at 10:12 Eastern time, and then Missouri and UCLA still to follow in the West. Speaking of the West, in San Jose, Arizona and Oklahoma are coming up on a minute 20 to play. 82-65 Sooners. Let's take you there live. Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
82-65 OU. Completely in control of this game. The defense has been the story, Dan, for Oklahoma in this second half of play.
They have just been outstanding on the defensive end, and they've gotten this guy, McGee, involved in the second half. He only had 2 points at halftime.
And the combination of McGee and Ara, as we take a look at the game summary, those two players with only 2 points in the first half, 32 in the second half of play. McGee nailing the free throw.
Make that 33, 19 of those by McGee.
On the baseline, the kick to Stoudemire. Loose ball, rebounded. Here comes Dietrich in the front court. Selby, look out below.
Kelvin Sampson pointing out there at him. Kelvin likes the play, but he just doesn't want Selby to lose concentration, get a technical for hanging on the rim.
Bynum. Bounce around. Hollis. Price with the rebound into the front court. Selby again. Kicks it off. McGee spinning, and he is fouled. So Oklahoma will advance to the next round. They await the winner of the UCLA-Missouri game. How ironic would it be if Oklahoma and Mizzou, two members of the Big 12, met for a trip to the Final Four, but I'm sure Steve Lavin and the Bruins will have something to say about it. All smiles for this OU team.
That Missouri-Oklahoma game will be the second half of our Big 12 Pac-10 challenge, and Kelvin Sampson Sooners have taken care of the first half with just an outstanding effort defensively in the second half.
So the substitutes coming in the game now with 41.3 to go. Hugs all around for this Oklahoma team. They continue to roll here in the West. They've defeated Illinois, Chicago in the first round, Xavier in the second round, and mopped up Arizona now in the third round.
Some disappointment. That's Will Bynum on the Arizona bench, obviously, but keep in mind that this Arizona team, they were not ranked in anybody's top 25, and it has been a marvelous season.
Very good season for Arizona with all the young players they have. This is a learning game for them to see what a team, to see what it's like, rather, to face a team that plays with that intensity and that urgency. All coaches look for it. It's 30 seconds to go. Inside, this one up and goes down.
A 55-point offensive outburst in the second half by Oklahoma. But the whole thing was keyed on their defense.
So Oklahoma, as Johnson goes down the lane, kicks it out on the baseline. That's an air ball. Lattimore with the rebound, and that should do it. Ball knocked out of bounds with 2.6 to go. Kelvin Sampson and the Sooners, one game away from the Final Four. The last time they had a chance to go to the Final Four 1988 when Stacey King and company lost to Kansas in the championship game. The final score here, 88-67. And the Chevrolet players of the game, Jason Gardner for Arizona, although he did struggle, and Hollis Price. How about this? 6 of 11 from the three-point line. 88-67 the final. For Dan Bonner and Solomon Wilcott's Gus Johnson saying so long. Greg Gumbel coming up right after this.
Hi, everyone. I'm back in town to get you on your feet again.
Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense? Pick one for a chance to win a Volvo S60 at volvocars.com/questions.
Moo. For an incredible bargain on a computer, just call 1-800-GATEWAY. Because right now, you can get a Gateway 300 LE desktop fully loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, CD burner, and a monitor, all for just $599. That's right, a Gateway computer with a CD burner and a monitor for just $599. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. So call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
It's March Madness, Elite Eight, the Final Four. And what will you see on the courts? Nothing. Those who lose get nothing. Those who win, nothing. Because everyone on the court is drinking Aquafina. The numbers do not lie. Zip, zero, nothing. Only Aquafina makes nothing this pure and refreshing. Now that's a sixth man. Aquafina Riding the Pine is the official water for the NCAA championships.
Navy, accelerate your life.
Men think about women every 5.3 seconds. Men think about soap? Probably never, because they're all the same, except this one. New high-endurance deodorant soap made just for guys. Maybe now women will think about you every 5.3 seconds. New from Old Spice.
From the classroom to the cockpit.
Lights on.
They want to be Top Gun, but first they'll have to survive the training. American Fighter Pilot launches CBS March 29th.
With 11 seconds left.
And Mike Krzyzewski telling his team, if he makes, get it up into the front court area and take a timeout.
The star for Indiana off the bench has been Moye. A 4-point game. Ewing fires the three. Not there. Williams looks for the three. Oh, he scores and he's fouled. A chance to tie. Unbelievable.
And terrific body control by Williams, leaning into Jeffrey Newton. I said he would be the wild card in this game, but I never thought it would be on a play like that to let Duke maybe back in.
He misses the free throw. Boozer gets the rebound and tipped again. Rebounded by Indiana. The game is over. The Hoosiers, with a major upset, have defeated the #1 team in the nation.
Dick Enberg with the call. That is how the Duke-Indiana game wound down. Welcome back to our studios here in New York. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg. And coming up next, we will be sending all of you to the south, to Lexington, where Kent State will take on #3 seed Pittsburgh. Tip time for that game is 10:12 Eastern time. Those of you ticketed to see the second game in the West in San Jose between Missouri and UCLA, the tip time there is 10:19 Eastern time, and we'll get you to San Jose in time for the start of that game. But as we sit and watch this footage replay over and over of Indiana and Duke, I'm not sure Coach Mike Davis wants to watch it.
No, he probably won't, but he loves the result, and that won't change no matter how many times he watches it. His team did a nice job in the second half, asserted themselves inside. They closed off the turnovers, 16 turnovers in the first half, just 7 in the second half, and then they got huge production from A.J. Moye, 6 of 8 big free throws down the stretch. 10 of his 12 points in that second half. And then again, they got a couple of good bounces, and typically to beat a #1 team, you've got to get a few bounces to go your way.
Now, we've been talking about Mike Davis. You have to think he's one happy Hoosier. Just a short while ago, Dick Enberg had a conversation with the Indiana coach and also Jared Jeffries.
Jared Jeffries, how do you hold in the emotion?
It's unbelievable. I mean, the team worked so hard this whole year to get to this point. I mean, everybody came out tonight. We had a game plan. First half was kind of shaky. Second half, we did well, executed it.
Looked a little nervous in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we were. Duke's a very good team, put a lot of pressure on us. It took us a while to get used to it, but after we did, our offense looked good, and we played great defense.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On to the Elite Eight for the Hoosiers and Coach Mike Davis and a 3-year-old son. This guy's so cute, I should try to interview him. Boy, he wants to play. How about it, Coach? What did you see in the last 2 or 3 minutes?
Well, first thing I just thank God for this opportunity and this victory. No one believed in us in winning this basketball game. And I told our guys that defensively, they don't want to play defense on the inside. We got to get the ball inside. And Jared Jeffries stepped up like a champ.
When your team finally won, you raced over to the near side of the court pointing. Was that at your family?
Well, I saw Coach Newton. He used to coach me in college. He used to be the athletic director here in Kentucky.
C.M. Newton, who used to be here in Kentucky. Or is it Kentucky?
Well, he's not here anymore. You know, I waited to my family, my president, Coach President Brand, Clay Paxton, all those guys really stood behind me as a coach. And I hope now that people know I can coach.
Well, you commented that the ghost of Bobby Knight has been hovering around you. People have said, well, you can't coach the way he did. This is your biggest win.
We're on our way. We're on our way.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations indeed to Mike Davis. He advances with a 74-73 win over the Duke Blue Devils. As we mentioned a little while ago, Duke's last tournament loss, March of the year 2000 against Florida. That year, Florida was also a #5 seed, as is Indiana tonight, and Duke was a #1. They snapped Duke's 8-game winning streak in tournament games. Oklahoma is a winner tonight, and we'll come back after a timeout and hear from Coach Kelvin Sampson. His Oklahoma Sooners advance in the West. Stay tuned.
If there's lots of places that you would like to see, fly Southwest Airlines, because friends fly free.
For romance.
Give it a chance.
Fly so you can dance. Fly so you can cry.
Fly, cause it's America.
From sea to shining sea!
And if you fly Southwest Airlines,
your friend flies free. Announcing Friends Fly Free from Southwest Airlines. Simply purchase a special discounted fare starting at $59 and a friend comes along for free.
You are now free to move about the country.
Lay him down. Okay, you have a straight, impressive. You have a full house, jacks over tens. However, my friend here has the unbeatable pair of bacon and chicken. The king of clubs. Exactamundo. And nothing beats the king of clubs.
isn't this the king of clubs?
No, that's a clover.
Taco Bell's new Club Chalupa is the king of clubs. All white meat chicken and smoked bacon in a crispy chalupa shell. Raise the stakes with the king of clubs and think outside the bun.
It's Friday. Only he can meet his old enemies.
They're no longer top of the food chain.
Our forces are ready to fight.
You've been taking orders from me
to fight a new breed of terror. Daywalker. Wesley Snipes.
Do not know who you are
messing with!
Blade 2. Rated R. Starts Friday.
It's time to spring into action at your Honda dealer. Spring into the saddle of any Honda CR, XR, or ATV and ride off with 6.9% financing and no down payment. Or pay as little as $69 a month on a new ATV with your Honda card. Act fast and get a bonus. Get up to $300 in bonus bucks before March 31st. Spring into action now at your Honda dealer.
Welcome back to our studios in New York, everyone. Here's what's still to come this evening. In the South, in Lexington, Kent State against the #3 seed Pittsburgh. That game tips at 10:12 Eastern Time. Everybody will see that game. And then if you're headed to San Jose, you will see Missouri and UCLA at 10:19 Eastern Time, a game that features two teams that has a little history between them. Let's take you back to second round action, 1995.
One last try for the Bruins of UCLA to get into the Sweet 16. Knocked out last year in the first round by Tulsa. They don't want to lose this one. Edney going the distance. Yes!
So those two teams will meet again this evening, and the winner will take on the Oklahoma Sooners. The Sooners, the #2 seed in the West, winners over Arizona by a score of 88-67. And Kelvin Sampson's team moves on. And after the game, Solomon Wilcots had a chance to talk with the Oklahoma coach.
Kelvin Sampson, you said at halftime you had to make some changes and you had to get it going with defense. What changes were made?
Well, I think the main thing we did was we just switched a couple of assignments. Putting Selvey on Walton was big because I know Selvey would did a little bit better job than Nebby would do, but the main thing is that, you know, we just got back to our identity. We just played Sooner basketball. We got into them, we defended, we rebounded. But before I said anything else, Solomon, I got to give a big shout out to Papa Ned. Papa Ned, hope you're feeling better. Sooners are in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, and he was also pleased with the job by Hollis Price. How big were the 6 3-pointers in the first half?
Well, that kept us in it. But you know what, Solomon, our team has always been a team of parts. They did a great job of doubling Aaron, and that opened it up for Hollis. But we took what they gave us, and we've been doing that all year.
Now, you told us that you had been flying under the radar screen, but not any longer.
We want to be under the radar. After today and tomorrow, there's only 8 teams left. The Sooners are one of them. Our goal is to win one more game and see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Well, he wasn't that far under the radar screen because there was a lot of sentiment about Oklahoma possibly being one of those #1 seeds on Selection Sunday.
Without question, we felt there were 5 #1s, and the 5th one was Oklahoma. They do it with defense, Greg. They come at you hard for 40 minutes, and when they clamp down defensively, that saran-wrapped, suffocating D, they made it really tough for Arizona to score. They scored 30 points in the second half.
No place on that D for those lazy guys from Survivor there either. We'll take a timeout, and we'll continue right after this.
I wonder how many of them are ready for the day when they head home for retirement. If they're TD Waterhouse customers, chances are they're prepared. Because TD Waterhouse has an online retirement planner along with retirement specialists at all their branches. It's time you checked in at TD Waterhouse before you head home for work and close shop for good.
Open an IRA and get a 1-year subscription to Money Magazine. TD Waterhouse, you're in control.
I need a car. No, a convertible, a red one, with under 15,000 miles.
Autotrader.com. With 2 million new or used cars, you can find the one you really want. And with millions of shoppers, you can sell the one you already have. It's the ultimate automotive classified site. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Meet Baby Bob. He's like any other 6-month-old.
Get ready for the airplane.
With one little difference.
Hangers open, Dad. Oh, wide open.
Presenting a new hit comedy that speaks for itself.
Who the man? I am.
Critics are calling Baby Bob irresistible.
How about another?
A happy event indeed.
That's your third. Don't you think you've had enough?
Hey, I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Baby Bob. CBS Monday, right after The King of Queens.
Whenever you call me, whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be around.
Chevy. The cars you can depend on. The cars that last.
You never have to look too far.
Chevy. We'll be there.
Always with you.
Welcome back, everyone. We continue to talk about this Indiana victory over Duke and what went on at the tail end of that game. And down at the bottom of the screen, Jared Jeffries was very lucky because he started to back out clock. You say he assumed that the free throw was in.
He thought Jason Williams' foul shot was coming through the bottom of the net, and he was preparing to go to the other end. and as a result, Boozer stepped in, unblocked out, got his hands on it, but was unable to complete the play as time expired.
I'll give you some credit at the top of the evening. You said that if Duke's backcourt didn't go crazy on Indiana, then Indiana had more than an average chance to win this game.
Exactly, and in the second half, they only had 7 turnovers, and they executed their offense, and they took advantage of where Duke was weak, and that's up front. 24 points in the paint compared to 8 or 10 that second half for Duke, and then big free throws from Moyer, and again, a couple of good bounces, but I thought the dominance in the paint was a big difference in that second half.
Indiana was knocked out of this game last year by Kent State. That is the game coming up next. Kent State against number 3 seed Pittsburgh in Lexington. Should Kent State prevail, they'll meet the Indiana Hoosiers again. Tip time coming up, 10:12 Eastern time. We'll send everybody to Lexington. Those of you going to San Jose for the 10:19 tip of Missouri and UCLA, we promise to get you there in time for the start of that game. But for now, coming up, Kent State against Pittsburgh, and it comes your way after this message and a word from your local station.